afternoon, everybody. Welcome to day one of many days of streaming here coming with Standoff 2 Minor. I'm Master15.
Hello everyone, I'm Twist. I'm joined here today by Master, and we're gonna have a lot of lovely games. So yeah, welcome to the Minor.
Yeah, it's gonna be some good games. We have some fantastic teams sitting and getting ready for you guys. It's gonna be an absolute blast. We've got some long-standing teams. We've got some new teams. Relatively new. I mean, no one's like brand new because I mean they all have pretty much accolades at this point. So it's going to be some good matches. We are going to be starting off today with the different groups. We are going to be doing a best of 2 here at the beginning. So kind of keep it a little bit interesting, kind of having the all-out dog fight for those rounds.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, normally in most tournaments you see best of 3s, and they're fun, but I feel like best of 2s are just better because it's off of round balance, right? So maybe in best of 3, if you're a team, you win the first game. On the second one, you can chill a little bit, just wait, and then the third one, even if you lose the second one, you can still come back in the third. In a best of 2, this doesn't happen. In a best of 2, even if you win the first game, you have to put everything online in the second game as well, because otherwise, well, you're out. You lost too many rounds and you're out. So I think this best of 2 format, at least for the group stage, makes it way more fun. Now, to everyone who is just tuning in to the minor, maybe you don't know the dates yet, we will be having basically 6 days until the 23rd of group stage, and then 24th, we'll take a day off, and then, know this on your calendars, 25th and 26th will be the playoffs, and the playoffs will be best of 3, so, a bit of format change there, but I think, especially for the group stage, where sometimes the matches aren't really that kind of high tension, I feel like that best of 2 really adds a lot to the fun of it.
Yeah, I agree. Being that they have to really watch their rounds. Like you're saying, they can't just throw a game or have a bad game because every round counts so hard to where they have to really make sure they're not going, say only getting like 3 rounds and then, oh, well, that's okay. We can pick it up on the next one. Not really, unless you really just shut them out again, and do the exact same thing. That's where that really comes down to play, where like you have to come into a best of 2 absolutely ready to go and rock just everything out, because if you don't, those rounds are going to disappear real quick.
Yeah, most definitely. But, we're teasing people a little bit. We got to show the teams. I mean, so many household names in the Standoff 2 community here. We have RevialGG, the LAN winners, the first and only LAN winners so far. We also have Saints, Absolute, DeathOrGlory, Horizon, StreetEight, Lycoris Esports, and also Luxury Esports. So a lot of new teams here, but also a lot of, again, like household names. For example, Absolute. I believe they were one of the first teams that were established in Standoff 2 back in 2017. Now, granted, from what I've heard, they have a new lineup, so it's going to be interesting to see how that new lineup kind of performs. But at the same time, I feel like, all the teams that are here are really experienced, and it's going to be a fun 8 days to see who kind of wins this major. This minor.
Yeah, because when it comes down to like I said, 2017, they're one of the oldest teams for Absolute, but new names. So if their training regimen has stayed roughly the same, or the people in the back end who are getting them ready for these matches and training them and making sure that everything's good, then there should be some good expectation. But depending on if there's too much new blood, that may spell a little bit of defeat potentially. But then we also, on the other side, we have RevialGG. I mean, they have the #1 only spot in LAN majors in history at this point. So, I mean, honestly, that is something. I mean, that is the top one and only LAN winners. And albeit they haven't been around necessarily too long, they started in 2021. And so, still new, but obviously that's just the name. Obviously, the players have been around for a bit longer than that. But just being in general as the cohesive team that they are, it's a pretty good thing that they've done. And I'm sure with that LAN, they got a fairly hefty prize pool, which here today, the minors, that prize pool is looking pretty nice for that 240,000 for first place. And you got that 140 for second, 80 for third place, and 40,000 for fourth place.
Yeah, I really like that the prize pool, there's 8 teams, right? But half of them are able to get some kind of a prize. So I feel like that makes the fighting spirit and the competitive spirit even bigger, because come on, there's 8 teams. You don't want to be in the half that don't take anything home. But because half actually takes something home, it's like, well, we can do this, guys. Like, even, maybe we're not Revile Gaming, maybe we're not Absolute, maybe we're not that advanced yet, but if we have the fighting spirit, we can fight for fourth place. Like, fourth place is still good. Sure, you don't get, all the cash, but you get something. You get a pretty nice prize pool. So, yeah, I feel like it's a good addition. There isn't just like one clear winner and then the rest get like pretty much nothing. But yeah, we'll see kind of how that changes the team's fighting spirits here.
Yeah, and the unfortunate set of events, though, is one of these teams will be leaving. I mean, one of the most highest achievement team who not only has one of the most achievements gained players, who is like the most decorated individual in the scene, versus one of the oldest named teams with some new faces. Is the long-standing traditions going to be able to do it, or is it the newcomers who have just absolutely taken this stage by storm in the last 2 years? But unfortunately, one of them has to go. One of them will be walking away with the round balance, out of the best of 2. So, unfortunately, someone is not going to be able to get close to that fourth place spot.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we have a crazy opening for today because it's Revile against Absolute. This is the first game, and both of these teams are like so well established in the community. So it's gonna be fun. It is starting at 4 o'clock Moscow time, I believe it is, and then at 6 o'clock we will be seeing another lineup here, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. I feel like for the first day, it's definitely very interesting matches here. It's gonna up the ante a lot, and yeah, what do you think? Who do you have? Revile or Absolute? Do you think Revile is, in my experience, from what I've seen in the chat as well, people spamming RGG, I feel like the public vote maybe slightly tilts, towards Revile being the victors here. But hey, I mean, Absolute also, they've been playing for what, 5-6 years, so they definitely know their stuff.
Yeah, in general, that information has at least been gotten for the team. Now, again, being a new lineup, let's hopefully that information has been dispersed to the players and they have that ability and everything up at that point. But I don't know. You really have Revile is really appearing to be the one that I would think would be taking it home. They're fresh, they're new, they've not been around very long. They have one of the most decorated players in Standoff 2, period. Which by all means, it's a team-based event, so obviously, one person doesn't make a difference, but definitely still can in the sense of if it's a strong team still. But the fact that they also took the LAN majors is a huge thing. But we do love an underdog story, and currently right now, Absolute seems to be that with a whole new lineup. I would love to see Absolute do what they do, but unfortunately, I think Revile is pretty well seasoned.
Yeah, I also think, like you mentioned, they're the only ones that have won the LAN, so they definitely have that aura about them, right? Like, I know, I played some competitive games myself, and I always knew when I was playing like against kind of the top team, and it was, you kind of sometimes lose the match before this even started because they just get in your head. They're like, oh man, I'm gonna play this huge team. You just kind of tilt yourself mentally before the game even starts. So that's kind of an added thing that these players have to deal with is, having that mental on lockdown and having actually the mental fortitude and just being able to push forward even when theoretically the odds are really not in your favor. But I mean, that's what makes champions. Are you able to push through and just endure and actually take it home?
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. I mean, having that mental block is such a huge thing to get through. Being able to really calm you and your team down for the in-game leader, really be like, hey, we got this. It's going to take some time. We know that they're a titan. They're big, but that doesn't mean they can't fall. So there's still a chance for them, but it's definitely going to be something where they have to stay in the right headspace.
Yeah, I mean, the first matchup is really great here. I mean, again, Revile against Absolute. Absolute kind of will be the guys that we're talking about here. They are, even though they're established and they're definitely, in my opinion, a top 5 team in Standoff, they are still the underdogs because they're facing against Revile. Literally, the LAN winner is the best team, so far, at least in the last couple of months or years. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see kind of how that goes. I do feel like, especially when you play against these big teams, these like big established names, it's really important to kind of understand that every game starts at 0-0. Like, you haven't lost yet, right? But then the problem comes when the good team actually takes the first 3-4 rounds, and now you're just like, okay, so this didn't really work, so now they're ahead. So, you know, I think if Absolute want to win, what they have to do is get those early rounds, because if you don't get the early rounds, you just kind of tilt yourself mentally so much. You're playing against a better opponent, he's already winning, and like there's not much time left. So I feel like if Absolute are going to take this, or at least take one of the maps, because again it's best of 2 out of round balance, I feel like they definitely have to kind of start off strong, and then, you know, Revile will probably bounce back. But you know, it's kind of the way for Absolute, in my opinion. So I'm hoping to see some good pistol rounds coming in from Absolute. Definitely very important. I mean, if you win the pistol, you pretty much win 2 rounds, right? Like, next one, the other team, you're kind of playing on an anti-eco, so you should be able to take 2. I feel like if Absolute are able to do that, that just helps them so much mentally as well. Anyways, let's take a look at the map bans. Oh, this is interesting. So Breeze and Sandstone is gonna get banned, but Zone 9 and Rust are the picks here, and Sakura is also getting banned. So we'll see. Zone 9 and Rust. And Rust is such an interesting map to watch, especially when the tensions are high. So I really like seeing that as the second map.
I agree. Rust is definitely where I think this is where their adaptability comes into play, to where the chaos is going to be here. It's going to be fast. They're going to be moving. And this is really where that not only your surrounding and your object awareness comes into play, but again, it's going to come fast. It's going to come heavy. So you've got to be prepared. You know, the time to the bomb sites are not going to be long at all. So you have to get into position, almost immediately get an altercation, no matter which side, you know, the team decides to disperse to. There's going to be an interaction somewhere, almost immediately.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Anyways, I think that's enough of talking for today. We are getting into the first game of the minor. Here we go. Absolute versus Revile Gaming. Such huge names, and what better way to start than with the pistol. Now here we can see Sizer kind of checking his corners, seeing what's happening here, but no peeks yet. Both teams are kind of taking the slow approach here. Some smokes getting thrown, some nice utility usage. We can see actually on both teams full utility, so they are not messing around. They just want to, you know, execute, probably hit the well, the state of things. Seems like they haven't really figured out yet which side they want to hit, but you know, Revile are kind of just scouting for options. Seems like the bomb is going towards the A side of things here.
Yeah, it definitely looks like A may be the place where they want to go. Taking their time. I mean, they're really just trying to get their bearings. I mean, we do see plenty of things being thrown. They're checking their corners and smoking everybody off, which currently right now, A would be a great option, as far as there's really only one person chilling over there. Sizer just hanging out himself. He may call for backup, which he's now given the information. And so we've got a couple of kills coming to the board already. So 2 down. So it's now a 3v5. Make that a 3v4. And bomb is now planted. Timer is set. And now it's all up to the team to be able to come on back in. Absolute. To be able to come back and get the bomb. But right now, another one has dropped. And we're just kind of waiting to see what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, this just doesn't look good for Absolute. It kind of, I mean, they could save some utility, but they'll just go for it. But in a 2v4 situation with time running down, is just going to be hard. I mean, that kill, okay, Knights, getting a headshot, clean one on Lunax. It might be possible to do something more here, but no, they are not going to let that happen. There you go, Revile, they are going to take the first round. So, remember we talked about Absolute, they needed to win the pistol, you know, start off strong. It doesn't,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look that good yet, but I mean, we'll see what they do. This one will probably just be, you know, the Absolute might rush something, just kind of 5-man tank it, see what they can do with that. But on the side for a while, I mean, we have a semi-buy here, some MP5s, I believe, and yeah, they should just be able to close it out immediately.
Yeah, unfortunately, Absolute did not get that first round. So this is now pretty much an uphill battle. And again, like we were talking, the mentality is now, it's not broken. Obviously, it's just the first one. They can definitely have a chance. Like, boom, there we go. Yada is going to go down, but Adversity or Advent is going to go down. Sizer going down himself, and now quickly turns into a 3v4. So unless they can quickly get another one, which
Ooh, that was close.
almost, yeah, but Fear unfortunately could take his head clean off, headshot. We do have AP. He's got super low health, so it could be another one taken down at least, but looks like no. He is not going to get that chance, unfortunately. Revile is going to get another point on the board, and now we're going to see a little bit better stuff come out. We're going to see some SMGs, it looks like, and some ARs. Looks like they're going to have a little fun, and we'll see what Revile can do again.
I mean, to be honest, that wasn't that bad of a round, right? Like, at one point, it was a 3v4, and it looked like Absolute might be able, you know, with a bit of luck, get something there. When he dropped down there and with the USP tried to get a frag, I feel like if he had gotten that frag, it would have been over. You know, it would have been 3v3 and Absolute have a weapon. But for now, they just lost it, but it was close. I mean, they definitely showed that, you know, they're ready to fight for it. They don't want to just this round to end, kind of. And yeah, now with kind of full utility here, full rifles, they're looking good. They're not looking great. They would look great if they got a round here, but they're definitely looking good. And it's like Knights. This is a very good angle to hold. It's just hard to counter it, right? Like, it's up there. You have to have you kind of perfect crosshair placement. Also, the gap is very tight there. So, you know, it's a lot to work for if you're on the side of Revile. But I mean, they are the land winners, so they definitely know how to.
Yeah, most definitely. And as of right now, looks like their decision to hit B is probably not the best. I mean, currently right now, Absolute has it pretty much locked down, which it looks like they're going to go ahead and take the L on that one for B and rotate back around. Because, again, right now, Sizer the only one on A. I mean, we do have Fear close by. But at that point, they would have to join as a group because if Fear went by himself, that definitely wouldn't be good. But Lennox just chilling out. You know, acting like, hey, you know, I'm gonna make sure everything's good, but then he's gonna get his face taken off, and as you can see, the rotate has now happened. They're making their way in. Fear picking off one, making it even a 4v4.
Yeah, this is a good place to be in if you're Absolute. The bomb is not yet down, and there's only 25 seconds left, so Revile, they have to make their move quick. And with the way how things are going, I mean, sure, that gets them a frag, but they need to get on site. They need to get on site fast. Time is of essence here, man. 15 seconds. They have to go big. Oh, and that kill is huge. Revile, they might not be even able to plan. They are on site, but there's also Fear, and he's defending the site very well. One almost gets a double there, and he just does it. There you go. Nice double. And Knights able to close it out. So Absolute, they bounce back. They bounce back quick. Sure, they might have lost the pistol and then the consecutive eco, but now, I mean, the first rifle goes their way. So let's look at the buys here. Seems like Revile, they will be able to buy this one. But if they lose this round, they might have to go eco. So if Absolute really want to kind of take this game forward, they have to win this round. It's almost, if they win this one, they pretty much get the next one guaranteed, right? So very important round for them.
Yeah, it definitely is. They need to be in the best positions they can. It looks like a heavy push to A at least, and then split off to B. So absolutely 2 and 3, and it looks like that choice may have been a good one. Bomb is at least on the side of B currently. So I think at this point they're just trying to gain a little bit of information and give some jiggle peeking back and forth. See what they can do. Or now is that going to be a fake and rotate around, which it looks like it may be. Which they've done this twice in a row, so if they continue, hopefully they don't continue to do this. So in which case, you know, Absolute might be catching on with that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the snipers come into play, but you don't need a sniper to get that headshot. Very nice and clean by Sizer. He did not have the superior weapon there, but he definitely did have the superior aim, because that's a clean headshot. And that opens up a lot, because now Revile, they're able to plant the bomb. And so we're looking at a 4v4 retake, and I mean, we don't really have that big of a data pool, like they've only planted on a set of things once in a pistol, but they were able to close it down and defend, and A set really isn't one that it's easy to retake on, so I feel like Absolute, they'll definitely have to work for it. And I mean, they're doing it. They got a kill. They got another one. 2v3 now. Well, this is big. And now, the sniper that I was talking about, now it comes into action. Is he able to clutch? No. Absolute. Very clean retake, actually. From a 4v4 to a 3v0. That is not easy to do.
No, definitely not. And the fact that they're able to now tie it up. So even though they unfortunately lost the first sets of rounds at the beginning. It looks like they're not going to let that take them down. I mean, look at them. They have all the cash in the bank. Everybody over 3,000 at the moment. Of course, I say that, and Vint decides to go ahead and do some extra buying. But still, everybody's looking real nice, though. I know the caster's curse. You say one thing and they do the opposite, but everybody else is still looking really good, aside from him. But he's fully bought up, so totally fine. And don't be wrong, RG still looking really nice right now as far as what they're doing. They've got plenty of money, but of course they went for the nice eco round. So they're gonna see what they can do. I like the Tech 9 personally, so be excited to see what they can do with it. But again, it's pistols versus AR, so we'll see what they can do with it.
Ooh, he's actually able to spot him through smoke, and that's just skills galore there. Just complete shutout. Just a complete shutout, man. Absolute. They're doing exactly what they should have done. You know, they won the rifle. Now, pretty much an easy round. You know, a free round, as I said. But again, rifle against rifle. But Absolute are definitely showing up. And again, as you can see up there, to remind everyone, this is a best of 2, not a best of 3. So round balance is what wins the game. If one team wins the first game and the second team wins the other one, it's about round balance. So these rounds are just more important than ever, you know, way more important than the best of 3. So yeah, Absolute really showing up big time here.
Yeah, especially the being able to stay together with this. I mean, that's huge. And if they can at least keep a little bit of a lead, then that'd be great for them. Again, when it comes down to that round balance, it really just matters how many rounds you have versus, you know, taking the wins all together. And ooh, looks like spray through the wall. Gonna be taken down. That's gonna be now to a 4-5. And they're a bit stuck. 2 on either side of the map. Bomb is on the ground. So unfortunately, they have to make a decision. They're now not too worried about the clock. They're still sitting at about, you know, 112, 110. But they got to make a decision. They have just over 70 seconds to be able to make a choice and figure out if they can get the bomb planted or not, which is looking like going to be a no. Yeah, they're going to go down, and Lunax going down himself, leaving Frones all by himself.
Man, that nade was, the utility usage is just impeccable coming here from Absolute. Like, do you see that nade? Like, 2 nades in this round took away like half of the full HP from players. The first one, he just got, you know, the nade pretty much, an Absolute player just told the Revival player, just eat this, and then he killed him. So that's pretty crazy. And then the other nade was very, very good as well. So Absolute, they have practiced their nades for sure. I mean, it was more than 100 damage just from nades in that round, so they know what they're doing. And Revile, even though they're kind of the favorites here, I mean, Absolute, they are showing up a very strong start. And look at the money on Revile as well, is just low. Like, if they lose this round, they have to go eco again. And then we're just looking at like a 6-2, so very important for Revile to at least put some damage in this round.
Yeah, because right now, Absolute is now going to be the banker investments. I mean, look at that. Over 9,000 for 3 of their players. I mean, they're looking to make a good investment and a good return on their investment. And so far, they're just continuously racking up the cash. But it looks like Absolute's team and the corresponding members of their organization to be able to pass along that information. Yet again, new names under the long-standing name as far as the team goes, but it looks like their practice and their teamwork is working out quite nicely. Now, will that continue? I would hope so. But honestly, right now, again, all they have to do is continue to take down Revile Gaming. And currently with 1 down, should be more to follow with that.
Yeah, this just looks like a shutout. Like, Absolute, they are doing their best every single round. And this is not even close. Like, Revile, they have to maybe change some strategies. I don't know, maybe go for some fast pushes. Seems like they really like the slow approach to things. And even though it's good, it also leaves you in these situations where time is of essence. Oh, and that's a good kill by Lunax, but he needs more. Because again, time is of essence, 25 seconds here. They do have the bomb site open, but there are just so many players coming in. But he's playing so well here. Jiggling around the container, almost gets the kill, but doesn't. And that is Fear finishing the round with a pistol. But I'd say that was a good attempt. I mean, definitely some individual prowess showing there. The way how he was jiggling around, the movement to go there with the container is really, really good. Yeah, by the way, guys, you can get a skin in Standoff 2 using the code that you see on the screen. So on the right side here, above the Revile Gaming players' names, check the code, pause it, maybe screenshot it if you didn't get it yet, and you can get a skin in Standoff. So, go for it. Who doesn't want a skin?
Yeah, extra skins are always great to have in your back pocket. I mean, as we tell, these players are showing off all their fancy skins. So go ahead and pick up your own and add it to your inventory. But what's adding up in this game is the body count. So far, we have 2. Make that 3 now taken out so far. Now, 2 is on the side of Absolute. So at this point, they need to make a twist and a change to their play, to what they need to do, and at least get one more down. That might be right here. Fear having a good spot, but unfortunately, wow, that was
insane. Yeah, Lunax there. I was sure he was dead. He just pops out and gets an instant headshot.
Ooh.
That is crazy. Revile. They're showing, that they're definitely not to be messed with. Maybe they've lost some rounds, but I mean, just what we saw individually in this one, it's crazy, man. Like, I feel like they won just off of like crazy good aim there.
Yeah, and it's not going to hurt them too bad just yet. I mean, before they bought up, there were $10,000 dues sitting in their inventory, which is absolutely nuts to see. But they had to spend a little bit of that money. They got to dip into their savings. So now all they got to do is, I don't know, do what they've been doing. Take those rounds. They can bring that investment back up. But unfortunately, looks like Revile is going to have something to say about that. I don't think they like seeing Absolute taking so many rounds back to back.
Oh, this is interesting. A fast opener for once, Revile switching up the game style, and he just gets a kill while flash. That is hard to do. Now with 3v5, Absolute, they definitely weren't ready for this switch of playstyle because they have retake the side, but Revile, they're already up there. They have found places to get kills off that Absolute just did not expect. So now Sizer, he's the only one left alive, and I mean, they do have money, but only 2.3k. Sure, he might be able to buy him if he goes for it, but is it needed? Seems like he's saying yes. Unfortunately, doesn't get any kills there, so Sizer goes down. Still, it's kind of knowing that Revile's economy is not the best. Maybe it's smart to kind of just go for kind of exit frags, see if you can maybe, get some rifles out of the hand just to ruin their economy. But yeah, this is the game so far. Revile versus Absolute. We are at half time, guys, so we'll return with the second half very briefly. But so far, I feel like we're seeing a very competitive game here. I feel like a lot of people in the chat, and also me, I expected it to be a bit more one-sided towards Revile, but I mean, Absolute, they're definitely showing a big way here. They're leading.
Yeah, I will be absolutely honest with you too. I fully expected Revile to do pretty much, a wipe in the floor, because, with the whole new set of team and players, it's really hard to get that chemistry, and by all means, they could be good in general, but it's that chemistry. But it seems like Revile has really kind of woken up a little bit, and they're coming back in it really, really hard. Although Absolute starting off really good this time. 2 getting taken out in the pistols. They are heavily stacked here for B, and it looks like they may have to worry, though. Looks like Skill coming from behind. Oh, and has now made his presence known. It looks like he's going to have a visitor. And Sizer is going to go down. Beautiful headshot. And let's see if they can kind of corner them and squeeze them in. It's 4-3. It looks like HLP is not looking too good. Super, super low. So I don't know if you'd count that. But 1 extra going down. It's now to a 2-4. It's not looking good for Revile here at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, like, they are not peeking at all. Like, if you look at Revile, they're just not peeking. He's able... Oh, that is crazy. What is that, man? He gets a double. The time is low, but they might be able to do this. 1v4? Is it possible? He does get flashed out. Yeah, there's just not much time left. It's gonna be hard here. He tries to peek and goes down, but that was a very, very solid effort by Y9 there. I mean, they just look clean, even if he didn't get the clutch. 2 clean and crisp headshots, at least it puts some fear into the heads, of Absolute, but they're able to win out rounds. So a good and interesting start to the game. I mean, to the second half. I mean, they just rushed in with pistols, kind of switching up the T game style here, just being very fast. Where Revile was very slow. it seems like it worked because they got a pistol, and now because of that, they'll be able to easily get this round unless they make a huge blunder here. Because Revile, look at that, man. You can't even call it a buy. There's one FS on Y9, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and I mean at that point it's still gonna be hard, but it looks like Absolute's kind of doing exactly what Revile did at the beginning, taking the pistol round. They'll more than likely take the subsequent round here, in which case that'll put them in a really nice, I would say, just a really comfortable spot. You know, having 3 rounds ahead, I think that's going to be really solid. Now, if they can continue to go further with that, absolutely, it's going to be great. But honestly, 3 ahead against, well, really basically the number 1 team. Again, first ever winners of the LAN of 2022. That's going to be huge to have a lead on them at all, but let alone more than 1.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, these games aren't really the longest, right? So every round is of such a big importance here, and yeah, Absolute so far just doing very well. And Revile, I mean, they are on the CD side, and you know, most of the time the CD side is easier to play than the T side. So we'll see if that kind of comes through here. But I mean, with the Absolute winning the pistol, they kind of get a freebie in this round. Seems like they're already going for the plan. Sure, there's some damage coming in, but come on, it's literally an FS on Y9 against like fully armored rifles and utility. Like, you know, you kind of know which way it's gonna go, and it seems like Revile, they might just go for exit frags. They might just go and try to see if they can, you know, at least get some weapons here. But I'm sure that Absolute do not want that to happen. Like, they have their aim on point here, and look how much for time they're playing. Like, nobody's on site. They're just waiting for that tick 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 defuse sound, and then they peek, and then they, you know, just eliminate. So it's a good strategy. Ooh, but that's a good headshot. Fortunately, not a double, so the only one left alive here. I don't know if he's able to do it under while. I mean, Absolute, yeah, there's just no time. So they lock in the 7th, and this is a very good start for them. Do you remember if this was Revile's or Absolute's map pick?
I do not. I want to say that this was Revile's map pick. Personally, yeah, because I believe it was it was Absolute that's going for the crazy rust out. So honestly, it's, even though this is their map pick, it's not going too well for them. And again, now that Absolute has now got that 3-round lead, this is going to be kind of the first real round. I mean, we're now seeing full weapon buys, not necessarily all equipment buys, but we are at least seeing you know, ARs coming out. We're going to see the M16 coming out at least. So it's at least going to give them something to use, although they're not as warmed up, which may be showing. We're going to have Lennox go down, although good to go for a quick trade, but it's going to be 1 for 1. So unfortunately, they're still down an extra 1, and it looks like now Y9 is going to go down himself on the side of Revile. So it's down to a 2v4, and Bomb is headed into B. But right now, AP is looking pretty good. Hanging out from the top. Might be able to get a few heads. Maybe 1. But the bomb is down. Timer is... Now it's kind of really up to skills and AP to at least maybe get 1, maybe 2. At least, you know, do some denting to the economy.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's not looking good for a while here. Like, this is the 3rd one in a row for Absolute, and well, there's not much time left. There's not many rounds left, so Absolute, they are doing very good again. This is Revile's map pick, so it's gonna be even harder for them on Rust, you know. So yeah, just complete in the first game, just a complete 180 of what we expected to see. And there you go, the bomb is gonna explode very soon. AP is making the correct choice here. I mean, he has 2.9k to his name. Sure, he could go for it, but at the end of the day, they need the money. They need the money, man. So he's gonna save. The economy definitely not looking great. So they can't even like full buy with like actual like the best weapons that are available. They'll have to kind of see what they can, you know, put together. Some FAMAS, I see a P90. So yeah, it's not the best. It's definitely not looking the best, and they know it. That's why they take the technical break to kind of go over the strats. You know, probably the in-game leader saying, "Hey guys, this is like one of our last chances. So you know, we got to go for it. We got to do something here because otherwise, Absolute, they have such a good lead here." But yeah, while we wait, guys, here is something special for you. Once again, you can get a skin in Standoff 2 using this code. Screenshot it, write it down or something. But when you open Standoff after the stream, get a skin. Why not? Why would you say no to a skin?
Yeah, nothing like some freebies. I know that once we get done here today, we're gonna get some extra skins ourselves, courtesy of Standoff too. But yeah, unfortunately, they don't have the best stuff. The tactical pause has ended. But honestly, Y9 froze. I kind of need you guys to do a little fun for me. FAMAS, one of my favorite weapons of all time. I need you guys to show me how it's done and show everybody else the love and the ability that the FAMAS has.
I can't believe you're a FAMAS enjoyer. I mean, I'll have to allow it, but I can't believe it, man. This is ruining our our friendship. No, I'm kidding. It's all good. I mean, I'm a Galil degenerate, and a lot of people hate that weapon, so it's preference. It's
Yeah.
preference. But yeah, I mean, Absolute here seems like they are not up to their usual standards. I mean, one of them is going down, so it's 3v4 now. But the bomb is down, so they're still technically in the lead. Even though the players are, on the side of Revile, they have one more. They still have to retake, but with the utility coming in, one more player goes down. Oh, this is close. Nice, very important headshot there. Makes it a 1v2. So now only Sizer left alive, but he's good, but he's not good enough. So there you go, Revile. After that technical pause, they got their mental unlock. They, went over some things, and they were able to clutch out this round, take the defuse, and, win the retake. And there you go, 5th one on the board. Now, 3 more to go. Definitely not an easy road, but it's definitely better than nothing. And if we look at the money situation on the side of Absolute, it's probably going to take at least one more round to break it. So Revile, they have to stay strong here. They have to stay steady and just keep on doing the same that they did this round.
Yeah, they definitely do. I mean, they have plenty of cash at the moment. Again, seeing Absolute being very consistent of getting pretty much right on $10,000 is just mind-blowing to me. That they're able to just continue to gain and stay alive. I mean, not only, taking the rounds, but taking the rounds with basically no one dying. Now, of course, I'm going to say that, and it's going to change, but with what we've seen so far, now if they decide to ruin that, that's totally fine, but it looks like they're staying alive right now, but they still got a nice little lead, so it's not the end of the world, although we are going to see two players go down. Night and Fear just getting dropped. That's what I'm talking about. That FAMAS action, it wasn't from who I thought, but Skill doing the work. And Size are going to be the last one to go out for that round. So looks like we're going to be racking up another one onto the scoreboard for RevialGG.
That in-game leader speech and that technical pause 2 rounds ago must have been godly, man. What has happened in 2 rounds? Like, both of these rounds, Revile, they're just on it, man. The first one, nice retake, but this one, just a complete shutout, and that is, look what that has done to Absolute's economy. Like, they have to go, like, semi-buy, like, force it, like, try to, make the best that they can out of the situation, and Revile. The thing is, even if Absolute win, again, this is a best of 2, so round balance, right? So, Revile getting these rounds is just so much more important. Like, every single round is like a mini victory because of the round balance. So, Revile, they're doing very, very good here, and I think they can close this round out as well, unless those Tech 9s come into some crazy action here that just, a bit of luck involved, a bit of skill.
Ooh.
It's looking good for a while, but that opener by Knights, very clean, very crisp, instant headshot there, and even though the nade damage is there, Absolute are still in lead in terms of players alive.
Yeah, they definitely are, and if they, can at least acquire that weapon off the ground, that's going to definitely help them out. Right now, still 2 Tech 9s out. So again, if they can close that a little bit, get one more kill, and be able to get in there to grab the weapons, this could be an absolute turnaround. Although we're going to see one go down, which case Sizer or Knight, I would assume, is going to rotate over and maybe pick that up and be able to get back into the playing field with that. But it's at least even right now. But they've got to make a choice. Is it going to be B? Is it going to be A? Right now, technically A is open, but they don't know that. We have to go and see that. But looks like B is going to be the place to go. Sizer, just hanging out, trying to see if he can't peek out one more, which he does. Y9 being the last one going up against the 2. Oh, that was a beautiful really nade. I love it.
Just flew away.
Wow, right on his feet from the top. That is just an absolute throw from the ages. But it's down to a 1v1. The timer's set. It's in the favor for Sizer. I9's got to get down in there. Going to the versus cam. Can he do it? He's just going to wait. Give it a pre-fire. Yeah, all he's got to do is wait the time. Just wait the time. But he's going to push. But is that enough time for him to get it? Defuse coming in.
Oh, it's close. It's close.
And defused.
That was so close. That was so close. I feel like you can't even blame Sizer for what he did. Like, yeah, you need to play on time, but at the same time, like, it's difficult, man. It's difficult, especially in these 1v1 high tension situations. Sometimes you just, you gotta peek. Sometimes you think you're actually gonna kill him. Sometimes you think, peeking, I have the confidence that I'll take the frag. And I mean, with the time being so close there, Sizer might have thought that even if he goes down, he's not able to defuse because of the time. So very close there, but Revile able to get around. I mean, this is crazy. 3 rounds in a row now in Absolute. Even though they're finding openings for these rounds, they're not really able to close them, and that is a big problem in the long run.
Yeah, that Absolute needs to figure out. Maybe they need to have one of those really good speeches again. Revile was able to have that really good speech, and now they're just coming back. So again, they need to get their head clear. Even though Revile is technically the top dog, it seems like they had a little bit of a slip. Now they're back in the game. Now it's Absolute's turn to be able to do that. But they've got to be able to find that mojo. Unfortunately, it's going to be really hard to do when you're getting bullets taken out. But 2 going down on Revile Gaming, and now 2 on the side of Absolute. So it's down to a 3v3. And it looks like bombs planted. So it's now up to Revile to take it again. Although it's sneaky, though. We've got AP coming around from the side, from the back. So that might be the turning point they need.
Ooh, AP, yeah, this is big. Like, they are not aware of his position at all. So he might be able to get 1 free. I thought he might go for trigger patience there, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's better to just kind of go and, take the frags. Oh, and that's great from Revile Gaming again. Again, but is there time? Is there enough time? That is the question, and yes, there is. They are able to defuse it now. We're level. Everyone, if you're just tuning into the stream, we're at 4 to 8. We're looking at Revile Gaming 4, Absolute 8, and then Revile took one of the most legendary passes that I've seen, and they've just been smashing it every single round since. They've gotten 4 in a row now, and I mean, sure, like, Absolute, they've gotten, like, in these 4 rounds, I believe 2 or even 3 bomb plants, but they're just not able to close it out. It seems like Revile's retake game is really on point. Like, everyone knows what they're doing, they're moving in at the same time, and because of that, it's really hard to do anything against it. So Absolute, they, we thought they won this, but now it's 8 to 8, and I mean, Revile, they definitely have the momentum here.
Yeah, they do. And right now, it's not looking good. The fact that Do was able to do so much is huge, and he's really been showing up these last couple of games. And right now, we're just getting heads blown off. And again, Do going to be the one to finish it out again. Homeboy sitting up there at 10,000 before swapping out and having some, money disappear. But still, he is $900 away from just hitting that cap of 10,000. Just sitting that nice, sweet, 5 figures. Just sitting up there with his nice investments and just watching them compound.
Yeah, Revile, this is why they win the lands. Like, it's so hard, especially when you're down 4 rounds and the game is almost over. It's so hard to come back from it, just mentally, not even, the technical aspect, just mentally. And they are able to do it just one by one, just round by round. And the thing is, like, 3 times Absolute plans. So that, that's like, oh, they planned it, do we have a chance in this? And they're able to just, shut it down every single time. So absolutely insane, just the performance here coming in from Revile. Once again, look at this. Absolute, they're able to get the plan so quickly every single time. But Revile, they are so good on retakes. 3v4. So Revile are in the lead. And look at this, like 2 kills, just boom, bam, 2 headshots, nice wallbang as well. Only one Sizer left alive. He's on like 18 HP. He's trying his best, but he's getting overwhelmed, just sandwiched everywhere. Players pushing in from both directions, and he goes down. So Revile, they are able to defuse once again here, man.
Yeah, and it looks like Absolute, they're just able to use speed to their advantage, which is absolutely amazing. But unfortunately, it was not enough. And unfortunately for that, looks like Revile's going to go ahead and take this first one. Not too bad. Again, almost thought that Absolute was going to get it, but once they hit 8, they couldn't do anything. They just somehow got stagnant, and from 4 all the way up to 10 is just absolutely amazing, which I guess I see why they took the land championships and took it ahead. Because if they're able to do that kind of a comeback, what else do they have in store? I mean, that is just absolutely amazing.
I mean, it surprised me, especially when it was like 8. I was like, okay, like this is over. Like we know, move on to the next map. Absolute, they're doing great. Like probably they'll win everything. But yeah, Revile, that technical pause, I still have no idea what was said. It'd be great if we had like access to some if we had access like some player communications. But yeah, it's crazy. So we'll go on to the second map, which is actually Absolute's pick. So this was Revile's pick. We'll see what happens on Rust, because when it's your map pick, you kind of have a bit better strategies. Normally you pick the maps that you're good on. That's and that kind of common sense here. But yeah, we'll see what they have prepared. But I feel like they just can't, like, first of all, they have to win, and second of all, they have to win with at least 3 rounds, because again, this is the best of 2, so round balance is everything. And Revile, they were able to win by 2 rounds, so they need to win by 3, which might be very, very hard to do. We'll see what happens, but I'm pretty sure we'll sometime pretty soon head into a break. Just for everyone watching the stream, you can take some time off, go get some some refreshments or something like that. But yeah, so far from what I've seen, I think that it's interesting to see the way how these teams play on retakes, because it seemed like the bomb is getting planted almost every single round. Like the T's are able to get on site and plant it, but then the actual gameplay comes in kind of in the second half of the round, where it's just like you got to retake it. So it completely switches the scenario, right? Because like CDs are the T's, and here we can see like some of those moments here, especially in the pistol. Just some nice clean headshots coming in right there from Do. Also, Arventi, he's just a solid player. Getting those frags, doing what's needed here, and overall a very solid performance. Yeah, this flash kill was absolutely amazing by AP.
Yeah, and as we can see in here, I mean, this is where it kind of went in favor of Absolute. They just continued to take rounds, and they were able to work their way up. Now we're at 7. Now we're going to switch over. Now we're at 8. They're so close. Look, we're 2 away, but yet somehow Revile able to bring it back up. Now they're chilling at 6. They're going to just continue to take faces, take heads, and just absolutely obliterate and coming up from behind, and somehow getting all the way up to 9, and eventually here at the end taking that final round. So, I mean, honestly, I applaud them. Let's just go ahead and get it in there. Let's go with the comeback kings. That is not the most impressive. Obviously they had 4 already, but man, that was pretty good that they were able to just come back and take 6 rounds in a row. Just amazing.
Yeah, I feel like on Rust we can't make any predictions until it's literally the last round, because
that's gonna be chaotic mess.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Rust is always very fun to watch, so we'll see how that kind of comes into play when we actually do get to it. But yeah, I feel like especially for the first game of the first day, it's amazing. Like this is as close as it gets. So it's really interesting to see what will happen in Raz. But once again, we're taking a short break, I believe 10 to 15 minutes, something like that. You'll see on the screen. Go get some refreshments, ready up for the second game. It's going to be a blast. We'll see if Absolute are actually able to win it out, or Revile, are they just the superior, the LAN winners? Are they able to do it once again in the minor? See you guys after the break.
Hey guys, welcome back. That was a nice little break. These guys are ready to knock this out of the park. But guys, do not forget, go ahead and put your codes in while we're on the break and outside these games. Get your codes in. You can get your free skins.
Yeah, always, if you want some skins, just put the code in. It's easy, it's fast, it's quick. I feel like the break was really quick. I said like 10-15 minutes, but we're back in like 2. So, hopefully everyone got back, got back to the stream with their refreshments, with their snacks. Hopefully they don't miss the pistol round because, great action to come. I mean, for the people just tuning in, we watched the first game on Zone and we saw a crazy upset actually because Absolute, they were leading 8-4, almost closing it out, and then on the T side of things, they were just not able to push any further because Revile, they called a timeout and got 6 rounds in a row, closing it out 10-8 in the first game. So right now, they have won the first game and they have a 2-round round balance, +2 in round balance, because again, this is a best of 2, so round balance matters. So in order for Absolute to win this best of 2, they have to win at least 10-7. I don't know what happens if it's 10-8. I don't know, the stream explodes, but let's hope for at least 10-7 if Absolute want to win this. Just refreshment here, what I feel like for starting out the minor, this is such a great matchup, right? Like Revile against Absolute, 2 household names, 2 big names in the community, so it's fun to see kind of where they're able to take this. But here we are on Rust, where fun things always happen, where there is just the most fast-paced action a lot of the time. So we'll see if Revile are able to continue their streak and their reign as the best team in Standoff 2, or if Absolute are gonna take an upset in the first game of the minor.
Well, again, like we mentioned earlier, Absolute seems to be kind of the underdog. They are the longest standing, one of the longest standing names in Standoff 2. But being a new set of players, this would be an absolute upset to take down the LAN champions. So if they can do this and be able to pull that 10-7, will be absolutely huge. Not only for them to be able to move through this competition, but for them to be able to have that on their record. I mean, the fact that they'd be able to do that is going to be an accolade in itself. So it's huge. Let's see what they can. I mean, right now they're looking so nice. Crone's doing some absolute work. Same for Do.
Ooh, the movement there.
Feet. Look at him just bounce around. I love it. That is the kind of energy that I love to see. That's what I hope that I look like when I play, but it probably doesn't actually. But fortunately, it looks like Revile is going to go ahead and take it on the first one, and like they did last time, so they're just going to go ahead and make it look easy and take it ahead.
Yeah, I mean, they are right now. They don't even have to win this game. They just have to get 7 more rounds or 8 more rounds, I believe. So it's again the best of 2. It's not really about winning the second game. It's just about getting your round balance up so the other team can't win. So Absolute, they definitely don't want to lose this pistol, and they don't want to lose this one as well. But I mean, look at their buy. There is none. There's nothing. They're just going full, completely dry eco, and I mean, if they're probably going to lose this round. But again, every round is so important. So maybe would have been better for them to at least force something. But seems like, the IGL disagrees. And who am I to say anything? I'm just a caster. So let's see how this one works out. They are able to get 1 kill. I believe this happened in the first game as well, where they got 1 kill in the eco, which is, kind of consolidation prize. But not really too much to write home about. But yeah, Revile up to 2 here. Now let's see in the first gun round, I believe here. Yes, they are gonna buy. So let's see how the first gun round goes. Absolute's buy, not really the best that you could ask for, but still, I believe that they're able to at least get some kills here.
Yeah, I think they can. I mean, a nice FAL, MP5, AK, P90. I mean, they're not the best, but they're also not bad. I mean, personally, Sizer, I need to see some P90 action, either that or skill. Again, another one of my favorites, just because the absolute obliteration that you can do with it, at least far as magazine size go. But it looks like we're going to see 16 first, then an AK. So sadly, no love for me. But what is going to be great is one on either side is going to go down and make that another one. Fear is going to go down. There we go. Skill heard me from across the world. Saw my P90 action. Thank you, Skill. And we'll see if we can't have any more, but it's not looking too good for Absolute. They're now down 2 players, and it looks like one more going to go down. Sizer, again, they hear me. My P90 action coming in 3-3, and not looking too good for Absolute. Venti is not looking the best right now with his health situation.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hard retake to defuse, to deny here, because the health is not the best. 2 players that nade just completely obliterates everyone. Revile, big moves
here. You didn't have to do it that dirty.
Yeah, you could have just been normal and you gotten a headshot, but no, he goes for the double kill with the nade there and just finishes off the last player in such style. So Revile, they're starting off strong here. The only thing I'd say that Absolute has going for them right now is the fact that they are on the T side. And the CD side is normally harder, but yeah, once again here, look at that. Just 2 players, 1 nade, and Lunax with a nice jump around the corner there, gets the nice frag there. So yeah, Revile, they are looking to just finish this off quick. They don't want to waste any time, you know, they probably have other games to play, so they're just here. Quick, you know, win it, and we'll see if Absolute are actually able to get their first round, because they desperately need to. Revile are 5 rounds away from you know, winning the best of 2, because again, even if they lose, it's about ground balance. So yeah, Absolute, this is exactly what they need. A nice opener. Seems like most of the time Absolute are able to get the bomb plant. This happened in the first map a lot, but then they're not able to deny the retake. So let's see if this plays out the same way again, or if Absolute actually stand up to the challenge and deny the retake here.
Yeah, and realistically, they only have 4 rounds left that they can let Revile get. Because remember, there needs to be a 7-10. So there's only 4 rounds that they can really give away before it's not winnable. And right now, they're doing a fantastic job, except Lennox actually coming in and saying no to that. But looks like it's going to be a nice little trade around for that. And we're going to have 2 survive. Let's give you the first one on the board for Absolute. So exactly what they needed to do. And I'm pretty sure this is exactly what they did the first time around. So maybe that's just what they do. Let them get a few rounds and then come back and steamroll them again. But we'll see if they can do it for the second time.
I mean, they have to. If they want to win, they have to, like, get these rounds together quick, because
Yeah.
Revile, they're looking really strong. And I mean, sure, you know, they have to kind of defend their title here, so they might get a bit ahead of themselves and be like, oh, you know, we easily come back in the first game, now we're doing good as well. So, you know, it's always a battle, even if you're winning. But yeah, they're definitely looking good here on this angle by AP. It's just so hard to check, so hard to clean off of, but that's where the flash comes in. That flash is really good for getting AP off that angle. So Revile, they're slowly retreating here on the side. They don't really want to hold those aggressive angles anymore, and so Absolute will try to move into the bomb side of things. Some nades coming in to kind of nade and flash players off of most commonly used positions here. And Absolute, they're looking to plant the bomb once again, but still a 5v5. And this is definitely one of those slow rounds, because 1:10 left on the clock. No kills exchanged yet.
No, and we're slowly ticking down. Although hard push on A is probably about to be on its way. Maybe not. I mean, the bomb carrier is sliding back, so not wanting to get too far into it. Although Venti here is going to go ahead and get him one through the smoke. Kind of give it a few little bursts here and there. But if they don't watch it, they stay on top of each other. Unfortunately, they may get shot through the wall. Lennox trying to keep himself alive, looking at the ground, making sure there's no flashes coming in, but one's going to go down. Venti, almost 2. Corner, turn around. Can he get the 3rd? Maybe not yet.
Venti's movement is so good in the first game as well. He's just so quick on these frags, but body's not by Franzies. He just knows.
Cancellation.
There's a smoke, he's flashed, he doesn't care, he just pre-fires and gets the kill. Oh, and this is close. Who will be able to get the first kill? This is so close, getting pushed, but Franzies once again. What a clutch there. This is exactly what Revile need to kind of establish their dominance here. That is a absolutely crazy clutch there. But if you want to clutch like that, or at least have the skins that he had when he clutched, go and copy this promo code. It goes quick, so maybe screenshot it, you know, write it down. But you can get some nice skins in the game if you do. Once again, here's the clutch. What is that, man? Both kills, through the smoke almost. First one flashed as well into the second one. Just clean, quick, and crisp. Very good by Revile, and especially Franzi's there. Very needed clutch.
Yeah, it's very, very much so. And right now, slowly moving up, making it look a little better. Although, looking like we're going down towards the pistols yet again. And so, File, looks like they're going to be holding it down pretty good. Getting some information, Fear, at least able to see a little bit. Maybe get down in there, but oh, no, unfortunately. Lennox just going to be able to hop in there. Although, we do have another one hopping straight down. Maybe be able to bomb plant. Maybe not. It looks like it's all going to be up to Venti, and that's all she wrote. They're going to be going down. And another round going up under the scoreboard for Revile. And it's not good. They currently have 2.
Remember when I said, let's not make any predictions before it's the last round? I feel like, especially after seeing stuff like this from Do, I mean, you kind of want to make the prediction that Revile has won, or at least is very close to winning this best of 2. Like, look at this, man. Like, he just knows he pre-fires and gets the frag. But at the same time, I mean, we have to remember, it was 8-4 for Absolute on the first map. They were just not able to close it out. So let's see if Revile's closing game is, you know, a bit better than that. But it seems like it might be, because this is just a very fast round and a gun round as well. Absolute just going down one by one here. There's not really much to do here. I mean, we've seen some clutches today, but I feel like a 2v5 is a big ask. Now, the one thing that Absolute has going for them is that there's still a lot of time left on the clock. They're almost full HP, and they have the bomb. So it's not the worst of 2v5s, but it's still a 2v5, you know? It's not the best situation to find yourself in.
No, definitely not. Right now, with only 1 left, Sizer trying to do as much as he can. His position is now known. Looks like some sprays are coming through. A couple taps. He's getting hit through the wall. He's going to pop this corner. Oh, and actually survive. Picking up the weapon and trying to make his way. Although I don't think he's going to be able to do a whole lot, but maybe hide out, maybe get some other picks, and that's going to be a no. Skill going to go ahead and get the wall bang, and again, rack it up again. So now, essentially, 1 more round left. I mean, at this point, Absolute has to then take a 9 rounds in a row. Possible.
Yeah, I mean, I want to believe, you know, I always like a good underdog story, as you know, Master. I always like these like crazy comebacks, simply because it's fun. Like, it's always fun to kind of expect one thing and then just see absolute madness unfold and kind of get proven wrong. But again, we agreed not to make any predictions until the last round, but this is just looking so solid for a while. The one thing that Absolute might have going for them is, you know, knowing that this is a CD-sided map. Once we switch to the other side, they might be able to do something, but I mean, it might just be, you know, not enough and a bit too late, because, you know, the way how things are going, if Absolute are maybe able to get this round, they have some chance, but like, look at this boost. Like, how do you counter this, man? Like, you have to push through the smoke, and even if you do, you're getting like boosted out, you're getting shot from a boost on a headshot angle. And AP might actually be able to spot the head there. He gets 1, almost 2. That's a fair trade, I'd say. For a boost of that caliber, I'd say getting a double there was necessary. But now a 3v2. And once again, every single time, Absolute, they're able to plant, but just not able to close out. Seems like that's the problem for both closing out rounds and closing out games. So, yeah, if there's one thing that's kind of separating Absolute from winning in this best of 2, it's definitely that in the late stages of things.
Yeah, and at this point, it was kind of the beginning stages and now late stages. So just unfortunately, this is the do or die moment right here. I mean, Revile is just mere moments away from being able to take this best of 2, because they did absolutely fantastic to stay really, really close with Absolute on the last game. And even though they still took the win, but unfortunately, Absolute has to be the one to take the win. Pretty much, again, at this point, 9 rounds in a row. And I know that's putting some bad juju on them, that they need to do such a crazy feat, but that's kind of the stakes that we're at right now. And so far, we have 1, 2, and almost 3.
Yeah, this is definitely not a good start for the mission
And
that
that
they have
grenade
to
again.
accomplish. Oh, but that's big.
Oh!
That is big by Venti here. He's trying to keep them alive, but
Oh,
it's just
no.
not possible. It's just not possible. Revile, they've showed up so big, just insanely today. Like, we thought they were gonna lose, right? It was 4-8 on the first map, and then they put a 6-round winning streak. And to be honest, since that 4-8, they've won, what is it, like 13 rounds, and Absolute has won 1. So yeah, just in that later stage of this best of 2, it's just been absolute slaughter from the side of Revile. They're just able to every single round, even if Absolute plan, just get the retake. I believe we've seen many retakes, like at least 7 or 8 coming in from Revile. So yeah, they're definitely, you know, on top of their game right now. And I mean, yeah, if Absolute lose this one, they are out. Right now, the round balance, theoretically, if Absolute get 9 in a row, would be the same for both teams. But yeah, this is pretty much do or die every single round. And, you know, the pistols do come in. They're able to get some frags. But, like, look at this angle, man. Like, how do you counter this? Seems like he does want to go away a little bit. Oh, and that's a very interesting angle there. You know, just hard to counter, hard to deal with. But ooh, some nade lineups coming in. He is lining something up there. Let's see if that actually takes some damage away from players. But a very slow round. Seems like Absolute. They don't want to really push anything in Revile. They want to take it slow. They don't want to make any mistakes. You know, they know that they've technically won, but they just want to make sure they don't want to kind of rush into it head first. There you go. That's a nice kill. A clean
Yeah.
headshot.
The fact that Skills is now out, it's definitely going to, you know, help. But, I mean, at this point, it's just kind of see what they can do. And it looks like they're just going to continue to do what they do and continue to take heads out. We've now got 3 down on the side of Revile, actually. Oh, but here we go. Another nade flying in. Bomb is planted, though. So now we got to do a retake. See what they can do to put it down. Maybe that grenade's going to do some fun. Although, HLP. Basically, one tap, he stubs his toe. It's all over. Gonna get some down, and he's gonna go on his way out. Knight able to help and take down Incisor for that. So it looks like they're gonna have enough time to go ahead and defuse this and just call it good. Put another one on the board, so they at least broke their streak finally. But
I
they gotta
mean,
do this just completely in a row. It's gonna be hard.
in these kind of situations, you just got to take it round by round. Like, sure, all of the odds are against you, but if you just take it round by round, if you just focus on getting that next kill, getting that plant, you know, just doing what you have to do in the moment, it's possible. Again, I think Revile, they're just, you know, it's hard to do an 8-round comeback, especially when you're playing against the best team in the world. So, you know, Revile are definitely not going to make it easy. But I feel like with Absolute winning this pistol, they at least have a chance. Like, theoretically, this is an easy round for them. They're against, like, pistols, pretty much like a very big eco. So they should be able to get a third one on the board. And again, this is a CD-sided map, so that might play into their favor. Let's hope that it's not, you know... Ooh, that's an interesting peek there, too. He's able to get away, though.
Yeah, I mean, just using those quick feet that he has to pop in, pop out, get some information, and give it over. Looks like we're going to have a hard rotation for everybody hopping over to B. Doesn't really change a whole lot. I mean, it does. They're minus 1 person on the bomb site, so looking good. Giving a few extra taps, making sure nobody's around the corner. But, I mean, look at that, knowing each of those spots. Although, I see a little bit of shotgun action, finally. I don't think we've no, we saw it on the first game, just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
At this point, but the Fab coming in, kind of excited to see something just a little bit different. And Sizer, if anyone's gonna be able to do it, I think he can. So it's a good thing it's in his hands at least. I mean, he's pretty much played cracked out, and we do have a Spaz at the bottom as well for HLP. So we'll be able to see what he's able to do with that. But again, going really slow. So they changed it up a little bit, changing the pace, making them think that they might rush in. But ultimately, there's 30 seconds left on the clock. And they're now going to make a super hard rush push. 1 and 2 down. Shoddy action. Sizer able to do good work. And it's going to be Franz over here, last alive. Only a pistol. See if he can potentially get in here. Something, some damage. That's going to be a no. Another one racking up the board for Absolute. Not completely locking them out just yet, but they're doing a phenomenal job at that. And this double shotgun is just honestly just pretty solid and beautiful. Just straight up 4-shot and then rocking it over here, getting the double pump on him.
Yeah, that was very good jiggle peeking movement there in action. You know, he pops out, gets one, takes cover, and then again pops out. Some nice jump there to kind of misalign the crosshair of the opposition player there, and then just getting the second one. So yeah, absolute. They're doing good, but the problem is like the odds are against them. Like they're doing good a little bit too late. Now, granted, it's still possible for them to get 7 in a row here, but again, we'll see how that goes. I want to note one thing is that the fact that the nade usage is absolutely insane today. Like both teams are really good at getting single frags that are important with the nades, but also we saw that crazy double a few rounds earlier on the retake. So yeah, definitely a big factor in these rounds today. I feel like are the nades. And the second one I'd say are the retakes. We don't really see a lot of sniper action. We do see one on skill, but I feel like especially on Rust, it's like very close angle map, right? So it's just hard to utilize that sniper rifle, as well as you can on some other maps. That is some nice shotgun action there. Fortunately, no kill yet. And this is one of those slow rounds, like Revile just not going for the kill yet, kind of scouting out, seeing what they can do. Things are grouping towards that A side of things, as they normally are, but actually B would be a better hit for them. Only one defender there and one more to come for quick help.
Yeah, skill. I'm gonna be curious. I want to see if anybody can get a kill with that arm. I mean, it's gonna be difficult to do so, but looks like it's just gonna be AKs all around, doing his work. And Absolute is now down to 2, and now down to 1. Sizer is a monster, but unfortunately, it's not a one-size-fit-all, and he's gonna go down. And now, Revile up another round. And essentially, this is match, set, game, and point for Revile. They've only got to do this one more time, and they walk out of here.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, even if they lose, even if by some chance Absolute are able to string together 7 rounds in a row, they've still won, because again, this is a best of 2, it's off of round balance, and in the first game, Absolute got 8 rounds, so with Rival having 9 here, they've won, they've officially won. Like Absolute, they'll, try to still fight, not to, just go out with absolute shame, but at the same time, like, it's hard for them to do much here, because, like, they really can't, like, they actually can't. Just like logistically. But yeah, that nade just takes out Fear, kind of the icing on the cake here, completely ruining their defense. And now it's 3v5. And look at this, like Revile, they're moving like 4 together. They're moving like a tank. What can you do? Well, you can do that. You can get 1 headshot, but you do need to do a lot more than that to, even win out this round.
Yeah, you definitely do. And right now, they've got to be able to bring everything they can. I mean, it's still potentially doable. I mean, Franz is down. Skill. Are you gonna get the knee shot? No connection. Or yes, connection, but unfortunately, the knee shot wasn't able to take him down. And now we're down to 2-4, and so it's kind of an uphill battle at this point. Match set, game point for Revile, and they are the ones with 4 players left. So at this point, all they got to do is either plant the bomb, let it go, or take down 2 players, or do both. I mean, there's the options are endless for them, which unfortunately looks like it's going to go the way of the dodo. And Venti is our last guy left. It's all up to him with a FAMAS, but yet coming from the side, here's the last and final action coming in from Skill. So Revile, congratulations for taking over and getting the best of 2 on Absolute. We were a little worried about you in the beginning. It was like, it's kind of close, like, wow, it's wow. They took the lead, like, it's not looking too great. But then, 13 rounds in a row later, you're looking pretty solid. And, you gave up like 2 rounds and then you just decided to take it home. So you had us fooled, but the comeback is a comeback nonetheless. And honestly, that was a monstrous streak that they had going on here. And ultimately, moving forward, showing off that champion skill that they have, and showing why they're the best.
Yeah, I feel like Revile was just kind of warming up in the first rounds there, and after that they were just like, okay, they probably, you know what, remember that technical pause that they called when they were down 4-8? I feel like in that technical pause, the in-game leader just said like, okay, we can start like actually playing now. And well, they just did, because as you said, they got 13 rounds in a row. I mean, I don't want to downplay Absolute. Like at the same time, like they were good. Like on the first map, they had us convinced, I was sure they're going to win. I mean, 8-4 lead, 2 more rounds to go. But yeah, Revile doing what they do best, just being the best, the LAN champions. Yeah. There's a reason why they won the LAN. So yeah, that was a very nice match. Here we can see some of the highlights here. In the pistol round, I feel like there were some cool ones, but this nade, I feel like this nade just told Absolute, it's over, guys. That double nade, when it's in your favor, it's 2v3, it just mentally just ruins you so much. Yeah, but overall some nice kills. We also had that 1v2 clutch, I believe, that was through the smoke, so that was very nice to see by Venti here. I feel like he's definitely the MVP on the side of Absolute. Like, he was doing some crazy stuff today, getting nice doubles, just overall very good gameplay movement. Here we can see that 1v2 clutch by Franzis, and he also do here. He did a lot of fun stuff with just peeks, kind of knowing where the player is. Look at this, like pre-fire locking on the player, getting the frag. Ooh, and this is a nice headshot as well. Skill here with a flash kill, almost getting a double, and also this boost. This is a cool boost that I hadn't seen before.
Yeah, and I mean, they just holding it down, doing great. Look at that, just beautiful spray, almost double headshots, but at least you picking off one. AP coming in. Now this is one of my favorites from this match. This double shotgun, solid body shot, and then just an easy, quick double pump. You just go ahead and take him out. And again, it just kept getting worse and worse. It just kept going, getting worse. And unfortunately, with how many rounds they took, there was just no coming back. And unfortunately, we are sorry to see Absolute go. You guys really did a good job. I mean, honestly, there was not really any, mess ups. I would say that, like, hey, you could have done this differently. I mean, they just unfortunately did not win the gun battles.
Yeah, I feel like it was a really, really fun game overall, but that's not it. There was one more game to come for today. Again, every single day for the next 5 days, I believe it is. No, 6. Today, and then 5 more days, we'll have 2 best of 2s every single day. Then we'll have a break on the 24th, and then on the 25th and the 26th, we'll have 2 best of 3s that are the actual finals. So note it down in your calendar, a lot of fun Standoff 2 action coming your way in the following days and weeks. But we will go on a short pause, probably around 10 minutes before the next game. So get your refreshments, kind of just chill out a little bit, and we'll be back with the second game that hopefully is as fun as the first one. We'll see you guys after the break.
right, guys, welcome back into the mix. You know, we did promise you that we would be back and that we have another set of games. It's going to be another best of two. We've got some good teams coming up. Definitely not going to be, you know, world champions here in lands, but looking pretty good. We got StreetEight and Luxury Esports coming up next. Still both pretty good teams, but for the most part, it looks like it should be a close set of matches. But StreetEight, I think, is looking pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like StreetEight, you know, they're definitely the team with more accolades in the Standoff 2, side of competitive. I mean, if you just look at their achievements, like they've been known for a while. Like they are, over the past 2 years, they're consistently ranked in the top 10, right? Like in 2021, they were ranked top 7, and then in 2022, they were top 4. So perhaps, 2023, their year, by the look of things, that they go up 3 ranks. This year, they're top 1. So we'll see if they're able to deliver on that in the first game. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Again, this is going to be a best of 2 for the people just tuning in. We just saw Revile against Absolute, and even though Absolute had that early lead on the first map, they were up 8-4, Revile was able to call a technical pause, and after that, get, I believe, 14 rounds against 1, win out the first map, and then go on to the second one and also win out that one. So it was just absolutely crazy to see, what they're able to do. And yeah, if the first game is any indicator of what we're going to see in the second game, I mean, it's going to be a lot of fast-paced action. I feel like, especially in the first game, everything went by so quickly. Like, everyone is just getting instant headshots pretty much. I mean, that's why they're in the minor. But yeah, here you see StreetEight against Luxury Esports. I'd say good job on logos. Like, both logos actually look sick. The first one's kind of minimalistic. The second one has very kind of cyberpunk, like techno vibe, but I really like both. I don't really think it changes much in terms of getting headshots, but hey, a cool logo is always nice to rock, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, you got to look good, you got to play good, you got to sound good, and so they're just rounding off everything for the team. But definitely, something to note. I mean, Heritage is on the team for the side of StreetEight, which is also one of the most decorated members in the esports community. So, are we going to see another set, similar to Revile Gaming? Maybe. I mean, had one of the most decorated individuals. So we have another most decorated and famous in the scene. And again, like you mentioned, 7th and 8th place respectively per 2021 and 2022. Honestly, could be pretty close.
Yeah, I feel like Luxury are definitely kind of the underdogs in this matchup. Like against StreetEight, they are established already in the scene. Luxury, not so much. I mean, they are in the minor. They are one of the 8 teams that is competing against giants like Revile. But at the same time, they haven't really shown what they're capable of yet. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not capable of much. That just means, they don't really have that track record. So this is a great chance for them to start, establishing that track record, start showing that we can actually win against like top 4, top 7 teams in the world. We can actually do this. But again, I feel like this is kind of, the odds are a bit in favor for StreetEight, but we'll see how it goes. If we look at the map pick here, it's going to be interesting to see. So no Rust. We saw Rust in the first game and no Sakura. So the 2 maps we saw in the first game are getting insta-banned. However, we're going to see Breeze, and we're also going to see Zone 9. Sorry, we did see Zone 9 in the first game. We didn't see Sakura. But yeah, Breeze and Zone 9. It's cool to start on Breeze. And also Sandstone's getting banned, which is kind of sad because I like watching Sandstone. Would have been cool if we picked it, but we still have 7 days to go. We'll definitely see Sandstone. We'll see all the maps. But yeah, so Breeze and Zone 9. I feel like Zone 9 is definitely a better map for closer games. We saw it as the first one in the first matchup, but here we'll see Breeze. Those lovely kind of Barcelona. Where is it located? I'd say it's something like one of those Western European countries. This looks quite cool. Maybe Morocco. Correct me on this, chat. We'll see which country it is, but it's kind of mountainy, but it's also like that architecture is really, I'd say, something's native to Morocco. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Breeze is always fun to watch. Very bright map, very just fun to see. The action just looks good, especially if you're playing on high settings, which, I mean, the stream, we're providing the highest settings that there are. You're getting prime experience here. But yeah, we'll see how this one goes. What do you think? StreetEight, or are you a Luxury enjoyer?
Well, I want to see what luxury. I think that they can do plenty. It'll be again kind of the underdog thing, but StreetEight is looking really solid. I mean, going from 7th, going to 4th, this is a good chance for them to be able to at least do 3rd, or 2nd, or 1st. I mean, it's going to be some good rounds, nonetheless. I don't know. I mean, predictions originally, we were like, hey, underdog story looked great, but then that quickly changed. So I would love to see luxury at least make their way through. Nothing against StreetEight. I don't want them to be necessarily kicked out, but I mean, if they're kind of hanging on that top 4, and it's not like they need it, but they also definitely want it, so they're here to do it. And by all means, every single one of these teams made it through the qualifiers, so they've made their way. They have a reason to be here. They've done the work to get here. But again, unfortunately, we're going to see another team be knocked out of here. So we're just going to have to see which one of those it's going to be based on what we have and the fact that Heritage is on StreetEight, another top tier player. It's more specifically ranking in just being famous and all around everything in Standoff. And luxury, just nothing to really speak of. Although it would be absolutely amazing to see luxury take it, because that would just be an absolute upset. I can go ahead and tell you right now. Which, not that I'm a drama lover kind of guy, but would be absolutely fantastic to watch, to see a little bit of an upset.
You don't have to be a drama lover to root for the underdog. It's just fun, man. It's just, again, it's
just stir the pot a little bit.
Yeah, at least for me, it's fun to like kind of expect to see, oh, this is the good team. This is, what everyone's rooting for. This is obviously they're going to win. It's like, wait, hold on. So there's this team that nobody knows about, or not many people know about, and then they're just able to do this. For me, it's fun. Depends on what you enjoy when you're watching your esports or mobile esports games. But yeah, we'll be getting into the match quite soon here. But one thing I noticed in the first game is that the team that was able to win the first pistol round, I don't know if it's just luck, there's not really big data pool, like there's only been 2 games, maybe it's something mental, but the team that was able to win the first pistol round in both maps, which was Revile, was actually able to close out the game. So it's of the utmost importance in any kind of first-person shooter game. I always say that, the pistol round means a lot because it's technically 1 round, but it's basically 2. Because if you win the pistol, you're able to buy. The other team goes on an eco. You pretty much get 2 rounds. Plus, you get that added like mental boost because now you're like, oh, we're 2 rounds. Like they have 0, we are 2 ahead already, and the other team's like, we lost the pistol. That's kind of not the best position to find yourself in. So yeah, I think the pistol rounds are of the utmost importance, especially in these kind of best of 2s where every single round matters. Because again, technically 1 round, but in reality 2. So yeah, we'll see what Luxury and StreetEight have prepared for the pistol rounds here. So far, it has been interesting for me to see that in the pistol rounds, they don't really buy many different pistols. Like some people do, but it seems like the option to go for utility over an upgraded pistol is the way to go. And I mean, it makes sense. We saw in the first game that grenade usage, that utility usage was absolutely insane. Smokes, flashes, sure, they work, but it seems like grenades is really the meta now because we saw some crazy like double kills with the nades. We saw some very impactful and crucial frags with the nade. Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna be fun to see.
Yeah, and I mean it's that grenade gameplay that do you really need a better pistol? So I mean, all you got to do is get a good grenade and then just get 2 taps in and you're done. And based on what we saw, at least from the first match, these are 2 completely new teams. We'll have to find out how good they are at their grenade placements, where they're throwing it. But honestly, it should be fairly decent since they're here and they're in the top 8. They should be able to do close to the same. And if they're able to do so, there's no need to spend the extra cash to upgrade your stuff. You're just able to take out half their health and just 1 explosion.
Yeah, I mean, it really, like, if you know how to throw it, and the thing is, I loved seeing, like, some lineups as well, because if you know the lineup, if you know, like, I need to look there, then I look there, and then I throw it, it's good, because you can get such crazy damage in. Normally, lineups are best for flashes and smoke, just because grenades kind of require that perfect timing to work. Normally, you just throw the grenade when you know someone is close, and you don't really have to, line up. But still, like, if you know your lineups, it's definitely a huge advantage for you, but especially for your team. I feel like knowing nade lineups is definitely a bigger advantage in terms of like winning ground rather than getting kills.
Yeah, I agree. Because I mean, especially with multiple people with having all their utilities, they're able to use it a whole lot more. And being able to, again, depends on how these two teams go. I mean, we did see a lot of speed and aggression coming out of real both teams last time, whether it be Revile and Absolute. But it just seemed like once Revile kind of got their mojo back and they were really just cracking out, getting into these sites, and really it was their retakes that I think was the most impressive. That Absolute could get in there and get that bomb planted, but somehow over and over, Revile able to continue to take it. And so again, it depends on their play style against these two teams, but I think, and this is just generally my gameplay, I'm just the guy who runs out and you can't tell him to stop. But, I typically am the one that runs out there, blasts some heads, and then quickly and swiftly retreat and start doing it again. But I personally think aggression works, especially in time-sensitive matches. If you can beat or at least get there at the exact same time as your opponent, that's still an advantage. And if you're ready for that, then that's your advantage.
Yeah, I agree. Personally, like, my gameplay is very, very similar in any first-person shooter. I like to be the one that kind of opens it up. I like to, like, push when they don't expect it, but with time I learned, like, if I push every single round, they expect it. So what I started to do is either I push and then don't push for a few rounds and then push, because it's like, their mind is blown. They're like, what? He didn't push for 4 rounds. Why did he push now? Or what I do is I push later in the mid round, in the late stages of the round, when they don't expect it because the tension is so high. And then you push, let's say on the CD side, they just don't expect it. So, pushing is very, very overpowered if you can time it right. If you can catch the timing where they are not expecting it, you will just absolutely destroy them. You will surprise them. They won't be ready, probably get a one or double, and then retreat, and then, repeat. So it really is important. But yeah, from what we saw in the first game, I feel like, what was it? I think 90% of the bomb plants got retaken, and they actually defused it. So will be interesting to see in this next matchup against Luxury against StreetEight, if when they plant the bomb, they're actually able to secure the bomb plant, or is the CT retake just on the same level that Revival had it on.
Yeah, because that's kind of a big thing, because we do, again, still have one underdog versus one really well accolade team. So it's going to be, I would assume, something very similar. But, assuming doesn't necessarily work in the caster world. You have that caster curse that really loves to change things up.
No.
So, we're just using as much information as we have, at least until after the first couple of rounds. But technically, based off of data, StreetEight's looking pretty solid right now. And Luxury Esports, it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle. But I'm excited to see what they can do, because I would really love to see Luxury really just, show off that little bling they have. They're Luxury for a reason. They got to be shiny and have, at least something up their sleeve.
We can hope that they have cool skins. If your team is named Luxury, I kind of feel like if you're playing under that name, you got to ball out and get some nice looking skins.
You got to have all the rarest skins. Like, you have to just show all of them off. You spent way too much money, and you're just like, you know what? Look at this. Look how shiny. Now watch me take the dub with it.
Exactly. You gotta call a technical pause just so you can leave the game, switch skins, and then join again, so you can show like 2 different skins for each weapon.
Just gotta show them off. Like, see, this is my other rarest skin. Oh, you see this one? Oh, this is my other most rarest skin.
Yeah, like Karambits, how many do you need? Bayonets? I have like 17, so pick one.
Yeah, so that I fully expect there definitely needs to be a lot of color, a lot of pizzazz with that. But with that pizzazz, definitely needs to come with the skill to go along with it, because ultimately, again, they've done a good job to make it here so far into the top 8. Now they've definitely got to go up against a bit of a tight. They are, at least so far, ranked at minimum from last year, ranked number 4. And that's not going to be an easy feat nonetheless.
Yeah, again, I feel like it does come down to every single round. Like we saw in the last game where it was Revile against Absolute, that Absolute was able to push back, but it was just a little bit too late. So I feel like if they took it, it seemed like at the end of the game where they had already lost, they took it more kind of slow, like round by round approach. And I feel like this is the most important thing in those best of twos, is just being able to kind of focus in on the moment, not really think about the big picture, and just make sure you win the round. Because I mean, duh, but like rounds obviously win games, but in like best of threes, you got to focus more on, okay, we can lose these rounds and then maybe, you know, win this map. You don't really focus in on those rounds as much. But again, in a best of two, rounds are everything. You literally win off round balance. So you know,
Yeah.
that's kind of what you have to focus on.
Yeah, you got to get as many of those as you can. Again, you don't want to have a huge gap. You know, 3 to 10's not the greatest, even though they didn't necessarily have to do that. They definitely did, at least for Vile. But you definitely want to keep those rounds as close as possible, at least on the opposing team's map. Now, granted, obviously they want to both do that, but it still stands. If it's not your map pick, try to get as close as possible. If not, win. Obviously, you know, skills is definitely a thing at this point. So if you can just take their map and do really well on yours, absolutely. But you definitely just need to keep track of those rounds and make sure that you're not kind of giving some away. Making sure that, you know, you're not lining up you know, at the wrong spots and being able to provide a double kill through the wall or be able to do any of that. And as far as being in the wrong position and putting your team at risk.
Yeah, you know, one thing that I do hope to see more in this game, in this best of two, is that sniper. Like, so far from what we've seen, sniper isn't really that used. You know, we see like yes, in some rounds, you know, in some situations, on some angles, we do see that sniper rifle come into play. But what I want to see is just that, like, that Call of Duty-esque, you know, like triples, quads, maybe even like ace feeds, where you just take the sniper, you know, quick scope or even do no scopes. Like that is the most fun for me when I'm watching these esports games and I'm watching like Standoff 2, is seeing that sniper action. Personally, I think it's the coolest thing. Now, granted, you know, high skill, kind of high risk, high reward. Like the sniper is very hard to use, but if you do know how to use it properly, which, I mean, if you're competing in the minor, you're in one of the best 8 teams in the world in the current moment, so you should know how to use it properly. But if you do and you can utilize it correctly, especially on that CD side when you have to hold angles and you don't really have to push, you can just do so much with it. It's harder on the T side because you have to peek angles, and peeking angles of the sniper is just not as easy. But on the CD side, if you position yourself right, you can get so many nice kills. You know, you take a bit of an aggressive peek, you get one player, you kind of bounce back, you take cover, you know, you get the next player because they're rushing you. And that way with a sniper, sometimes you can get triples, quads, even aces, just by taking kill and slowly retreating to the next position and then getting next and next and next. So yeah, hopefully in this game, Luxury versus StreetEight, which by the way should be coming very soon. I think some players are still yet to join the server, but should come very soon. It's not like we're gonna stall you guys. We're simply waiting for the players. You know, they have to get ready. You know, it's a big game. It's a big game. Definitely some nerves. So you know, you gotta give them some credit. Gotta give them some time to be ready. But I'm sure once the game actually starts, it should be a blast, man. Especially with the Rust, with Zone as the decider, it's just gonna be fun because Zone is a very intense map. It's a map where comebacks can happen, as we saw in the first game. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second one.
Yeah, and especially when it comes down to the sniper rifle action, you know, again, I would like to see that. I mean, honestly, like you said, if they can perch up somewhere, that'd be great. But you know, it's a high risk. Like I said, you know, it's very expensive, and if you don't use it right, if you don't have the right person to trust, that's a lot of money down the drain. I mean, for them to be able to not only get it, but then lose it is just gonna be hard. And the thing is, you don't even really have a good chance to bring it back because the other team doesn't want to risk that either, depending on their confidence level with it. And we just got done seeing arguably the best team in the scene, and they didn't really touch it. I mean, that doesn't mean that they can't or another team can't be better than them with a sniper, but it just kind of screams that maybe it just wasn't the maps for it. Breeze definitely might have a better chance to be able to see it. Just being able for those angles for it to hold. But again, you know, at that point, it's do you trust yourself to hit that one shot? Because once you pull the trigger, that's kind of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you have a role as a sniper, because not everyone wants to do that. Personally, I'm like, I take on the sniper role in most first-person shooters I play because it's fun for me, but it's definitely a very different style of gameplay. It's almost like being a goalkeeper in soccer, right? Like, you don't really play as the other people play. You have different objectives, you have different goals, and you know, you had to kind of adjust your gameplay to fit that. One thing I liked in the first game is the use of SMGs. Like, we saw many rounds where if you're not able to afford that M4, that M16, that AK, you bought a P90. And that was interesting for me to see because usually P90 is called like the noob gun, you know, it has 50 bullets, just go and like spray and just rush. But it seemed like in this game, it really has like it has its place and it has its usage. So we'll see if that P90 comes into play in this matchup as well. I think especially on zone, there are many areas where it's very close angles, and P90 really shines in those medium to close range encounters where you can just run and gun. You know, you don't really doesn't really have that much of an accuracy drop off when you run and gun, so you can really take players down just by kind of jiggle peeking, just going, you know, left, right, left, right, left, right, and you know, getting those frags. So hopefully we see that in this matchup as well. Hopefully on zone, because it's gonna be interesting to see what see what we see on the first map. Is the English? It's a nice language. But yeah, we're almost getting ready to get into the game here, I believe. One thing I did want to touch on is what do you like so far from what you've seen? Is there like a map that you really liked or, you know, disliked, and why is that?
I mean, personally, Rust is, as far as favorites go. I mean, I just personally like the way it is. Um, I mean, I've liked Rust, and I know that's kind of a little homage to a you know, slight other game that also has a similar, you know, a map named Rust. It's you know, I always like some of the smaller maps. Kind of makes the run and gun kind of crazy mode a little bit more easier, I'll say. You know, you don't have to really worry about these long corridors and, you know, waiting for the sniper to be sitting there hard scoping, waiting for you to come in the door. You know, allows you to get around that a little bit. Don't have to worry about it. Just completely just run corners, blast heads, and keep going. Breeze for me, like, I don't mind it, but it's not one that I personally would prefer. Sakura and Rust are kind of my top two. I mean, Cobble's not bad, but just realize, just out of it, Sakura and Rust are kind of my top two.
Yeah, I like Rust as well. I feel like there are many cool, as we saw, boosts and also many different angles you can hold on Rust that just make it hard, but also very interesting to see. But there's like that one spot on B side, I believe, where you kind of look through the like the tree branch, and you can, you know, get some frags that way. There's also the boost, and also the boost over double doors. So there are really many fun ways how you can approach Rust and many different strategies. And ultimately, I feel like that's what makes, for me, the map most fun to play, is just kind of the scope of what you can do on that map. If it's a very linear map, it's like a standard 3-lane map, you know, A long, B long, and mid, and there isn't really many options for utilities or boosts. It's a very dry game. It's almost like a dead match where, you know, you get, if your aim is better, you get the kill most of the time. You know where players are most of the time. There aren't really any surprises. But if there are maps like Rust where you can boost over things, you can have nade lineups, as we saw coming in from Revile, I believe it was. It just makes the map way more fun to play, and also the competitive kind of skill ceiling skyrockets, because it's not really about getting those headshots anymore. It's about figuring out how you can get in a position to get that headshot. So yeah, for me,
Yep.
the more advanced the map, the more fun it is. Now, granted, you can go wrong with this. You can make a map that is so advanced and so technical and so hard to play that either A, nobody wants to play it, or B, you know, one side just gets really overpowered. But at the end of the day, I feel like the map selection that we have for the competitive map pool in Standoff is really good for competitive play. Like, it seems like the T and the CD sides, yeah, the CDs might have a little advantage, you know, just because of the way how kind of it is that Ts have to push and peak angles. But yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like they are quite balanced, and there isn't really one map where if you go like 8-2 on the CD side, you could still lose.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like I said, you can't overcomplicate everything, and so the good news is it doesn't seem to be overly complicated as far as all the maps are concerned. But looks like StreetEight and Luxury are finally ready to go. The last players are in. They've got their makeup on. They are ready for their debut here for round 1, Group B, here on their first map of best of 2. Find out who is going to be rolling in and taking those first set of rounds.
Yeah, finally we are here. StreetEight versus Luxury Esports. All the players have joined the server. They're good. They're ready to go. We should be starting with the game any second now. I believe everyone is in the server. So again, it's gonna be an uphill battle for Luxury Esports, as we touched on this. StreetEight is definitely a team with more accolades in the past in the Standoff 2 community, but I mean, with the way how things are, I think that Luxury can definitely, you know, take a hit at it, so, you know, just see what they can do. Again, it's off of round balance, so if they're just able to stay calm, don't even have to like win both games. They just have to have that one great game. If they can have one great game, they can afford to lose the second one, you know. So it really is all about kind of the momentum, and if you get momentum, especially in best of 2, where round balance is everything, that momentum is going to translate into a victory most likely most of the time.
Yeah, definitely. And again, if they can just hold their ground, get things done, and just really get those pistols, because that's one of the biggest things we saw is, since there's not a huge amount of rounds necessary to win, they're only going to 10. Getting the pistol rounds, that's 4 rounds out of the 10 that you need. And so if they can get those pistols, those will be huge moments for them. And so at that point, it should just be almost not necessarily a walk in the park, but a great head start to go up against, again, a huge team with huge accolades, for them to be able to, you know, have a good chance. Now, again, I know pistols are definitely going to be one of the hardest things to use, but good news is the other team's using pistols too. But again, huge team with such huge accolades, you know they know how to use their pistols. So again, coming down to that crosshair placement, being able to track and hold on to that head and be able to know where that bullet's going to go, it's going to be huge for Luxury here to be able to move forward.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Like, Luxury really have to use any advantage they can get, and those pistols, you know, it's definitely one way to gain it. Now, I'm getting some confirmation in my ear that there are some technical problems with the lobby, so it should start soon. You know, we're almost there. You know, you gotta wait a little bit longer. I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. You know, lobby. The lobby just figured no, he doesn't want to see the matchup, so we'll have to wait a little bit more. But I mean, it's fun. You know, we'll give these guys their time. You know, Luxury and StreetEight, definitely they can kind of just over prepare now. You know, they haven't started playing yet, so they can just kind of sharpen their strats and make sure that, you know, everything is up to par. But yeah, it's gonna be very fun to see once it starts. In Group B, I believe the first game was Group A, right? So we are moving in alphabetical order, which would make logical sense, you know. Anyways, I am quite happy to say that here we are. Luxury Esports versus StreetEight. The lobby is ready, there are no problems, and the match has started. Good luck to both teams, and, you know, it all starts with best. As you said, A-Master, if Luxury are able to take this, it's very, very big for them.
Yeah, they have to take this. I mean, this is just going to be the main thing they need to do. Right now, starting off fairly decently, at least getting some damage dealt, so doing pretty good. Mysterio, at least now below half, so looking pretty good. So they are now pushing in. Looks like A is going to be the place of choice to get that bomb into. Oh, but the nades yet again. Oh, no. Here we go. Just one after the other and another. Although Rask able to pick off one, but unfortunately, that last one, SLV, going down. And so that's going to be the first one on Luxury Esports, and that is what they needed.
Yeah, Luxury making it look easy, man. Like, it seemed like StreetEight have maybe an advantage at one point, but then Luxury just completely shutting it out. And see, this is why we talk about the pistol rounds. They are so important because look at the economy on side of StreetEight. Like, they have almost no money. They have to go pretty much eco. There's one flashbang and one P350. Like, that is it. That is their buy. That's like a $500 buy. And then on the other side, we have full util. We have P90s. We have MP7s. Like, it's just gonna be so hard for StreetEight to do anything here. And look at that. That is a very nice angle. Unfortunately, no cigar yet. Like they did not get the frag, but they do definitely get some valuable info. Like sometimes it's not even about getting the frag. Sometimes it's just about getting that info and relaying it to your team so the in-game leader can make a appropriate decision on what to do next. We can see that Luxury are kind of not peeking anything. They don't want to ruin this round. They know they have a huge advantage, so they don't want to push and just give away like foolish frags. But StreetEight, they also don't want to just rush in. Sometimes in these eco rounds, you just see the T side team just completely like rush, like basically use the tank strat where 5 players just rush together and they hope that 5 Glocks, might reign superior over like a 1 P90. But here, seems like they are playing for picks. They don't really want to immediately push anything. And yeah, with 55 seconds to go, this is really a slow one. Quite a change of pace from the first game.
Yeah, because we had so much running and gunning going on the first game, and now we have 45 seconds left, and we are now about to get the first indication and craziness. That's going to be that lovely M7. Going to give it some fun. I love it. Doing its work, and they're just starting to take these names. 4 down, and SLV going down. And again, just like last time, all just getting cleaned out.
Yeah, Randy seemed like he almost ran into some problems there. Like he got that frag and then he got flashed off. So I was like, it's possible he goes down. 2 pistols, definitely able to get a frag there. But his movement is very good. He gets flash, takes cover, re-peeks back, gets a nice second frag. And yeah, Shoxy, he's already on 5. He's starting this game off strong. I mean, it is quite easy to farm those kills on eco rounds. There is the term eco fragger sometimes getting thrown around. But at the same time, what matters is you get rounds. And Luxury so far, they are looking great. Now, we're moving into the first real rifle rounds. And actually, StreetEight are at an advantage here because Luxury, they don't really want to buy new weapons. So they just stay with those SMGs. And it seems like StreetEight, they just want to move in together. They are moving heavily towards that B side of things. And for Luxury, they haven't really committed to any side here. So it's going to be 2 on B, 2 on A, and then 1 towards that CT area here.
Yeah, StreetEight's definitely going the more, I'll say, conventional route as far as their tactics. I mean, they're going slow. They're going in a unit. They're checking their corners, although maybe not enough. Although we are going to see 2 go down on the side of Luxury, but that grenade, that's going to be huge. A lot of damage dealt with that, and so all they got to do is come in here and play cleanup. It's 2-2, really low, and in the middle of a reload, and it looks like Rask is going to come in and take down Recoil and Rindy, both going down, and so it's looking really nice. 2-1.
Yeah, seems like again, those situations where the team that wins the pistol in the consecutive one are just not able to close it out on the first rifle round. And I mean, StreetEight, that just shows that, they're not going to let this one slip. They might lose 1 or 2, but as soon as they have the chance, they are ready to bounce back. And looks like the bomb's actually going to get dropped at spawn, so we might expect a slow round here. All players on StreetEight kind of just taking on the lurker role. If we saw them push together last round towards B, this round seems like they're just scouting out for options. Dropping that bomb in spawn normally means that they'll just try to see their options, try to see what pigs they can get, and kind of play off of that. Now, this is a crazy angle to hold, very long range there. But yeah, all players just kind of slowly trying to take map control. It's interesting to know that Luxury is playing this very cautiously. Like they stay on sites and they don't try to establish map control anywhere outside of the site, which might be smart. It might get old quick, and it'll just get dealt with those nades and flashes and stuff like that. But for now, it might be the correct option. Until StreetEight figures out this is their approach to the CD side of things.
Yeah, once they figure it out, I think it's going to be game over for that. But as of right now, it looks like they may be having a bit of convergence. Looks like B might be where they want to go. And that's going to be a huge pileup. And even though they're not having much of a presence outside the bomb site, I guess we'll find out if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing here in just a few seconds. Because the way they're getting everything set up, it may be a bit of a risk for them to do that. It just kind of all depends. Because, I mean, right now, what's good is there is no grenades as far as damage dealing grenades. Now, they do have the equipment going. It is just blinding, smoking, flying in. Ooh, but wait a minute. Here we go. We're going to have Love here taking out 2, 3. Love going down, but not before taking many of his enemies with him, and it's going to be Rask last alive. 1v3, going to give some shots, nothing going to connect. Looking really nice as far as the health goes. So is Recoil. And of course, Recoil has some friends, so it's just not going to happen. Time is up. He's going to survive and stay alive.
Yeah, that was a very good call by Luxury there. Like before the execute even happened, they had three. They at start they had two on B, two on A, and one CT. And I don't know if it was luck. I don't know if it was very kind of prodigy call by the IGL. But they moved three players toward that B side of things, so it was very easy for them to defend. I saw some players playing anti-flash on the side as well, so that is a very smart move. You know, normally you play anti-flash just so when the opponents throw flash, you don't get flash, and then you can peek immediately when they expect you to be flashed. So it was smart. It was good moves. You like to see that, especially at the highest levels of competition. And now, well, look what that has done to StreetEight's economy. Like, this is pretty much a throwaway round. Rask has that hero AK. So, you know, he kind of has to go with his team. Normally, if you have a hero weapon, you just go with your team. You let your teammates with the lesser weapons kind of go first, and then you try to get refrag. But look at that! Tech 9 to the head. Shogsy goes down. That's not a way how you want to start the game. And that has completely changed the way how Luxury plays. Oh no, they cannot lose this round, man. They didn't have anything. That AK hasn't even come into play yet. It seems like things will be going towards that A side of things, and there's two defenders. Oh, but that is big. That is exactly what they needed. If Luxury want to win this round, that double might be very significant. And almost a triple, almost connects the headshot. You almost feel like he did get it there, but no. Very low HP on both players, so this is going down to the wire here. One already going down. Rask is no longer in the picture, and only pistols left on these players. 50 seconds left. They could slow it down, but there is absolutely no health on Mysterio. He is like, he has to get a weapon, and he has to somehow plant the bomb. This is going to be very hard for him. If he does it, he's definitely securing his spot in terms of one of the greats of this game.
Well, you know, Mysterio is always a great villain, but unfortunately, with 9 HP, I don't think there's going to be a lot of villainy left and capable of doing, especially without a good weapon. Unfortunately, just chilling with the Deagle is, I don't think, gonna be what can be done. I mean, although
he is going
don't
towards
get me
B
wrong.
side of things. Like, it's and he gets a weapon.
Well,
Okay,
ooh,
that makes
ooh,
it
wait.
interesting.
And the bomb's planted. And now they're going to have to scramble. He's going to make his way out, get into a safe position, and use his ears. Honestly, this maybe if he can get behind him.
Oh, he hears him.
Not seen. Yep.
Yeah, if he's able to isolate these gun duels here, if he's just able to get two 1v1s, that would be so significant. And it seems like he will, because one player is going to come towards connector. If he's able to get that one, he just has to play on time. They might know his location here, but he has planted for himself. So once he hears that defuse, he takes the peek. Oh, but it's smoked. Shoots through the smoke, almost. Oh, is it possible? There's no time. Mysterio, no. He has done it. He has done it. The mad lad has done it. He was on 18 HP, no weapon, nothing. 1v2 situation against two rifles.
Wow.
And what does he do? He finds the perfect timing. He finds the weapon. He gets the plan. He does everything here. That is absolutely crazy here. Some nice frags as well. And yeah, Luxury able to not able to actually win this round, even though it looked very promising. There was this is the clutch, just through the smoke, just doing what you need to do. Real quick, there was the promo on the screen for a free skin in the game. So if you wanna get the free skin, you know, rewind back the stream a little bit, get a screenshot, write down the code. But yeah, what a round, man. I mean, StreetEight, technically they had to win it, like no questions asked, because everyone on Luxury was you know, pretty much on no weapons. But yeah, that's such an interesting round too.
Well, you know, he lived up to the name Mysterio, you know, using his illusions and his telling abilities to just be able to outwit the other team. So just an absolute great play. But now, here we go again. And unfortunately, the Trickster himself is already out. So it's up for his team to be able to take it over. And it looks like they probably will, just based on what we got as far as what's in their bank account, what they could do. But Lassie not going to let that happen. And same for Rendy. Able to, wait a minute, why is this a 1v3 with pistols? That's not supposed to be how it is. Rask able to get one. Look through the smoke. There's still 2 to 1. And there's an AK involved with that. Oh, but it's not even needed. Deagle headshot just over the box. That's not what was supposed to happen with everybody on pistols. That was a absolute great eco round for Luxury.
Yeah, back to back, both teams just winning with
Wow.
pistols. That is very interesting to see. Luxury played it very well though there because they had two players on site, right? And they didn't let the StreetEight player isolate those 1v1s because always when you're in a clutch, your job is to isolate 1v1s, right? You want if it's a 1v3, you want to make it into three 1v1s. You don't want to fight three players at the same time. You want to fight them one by one. And what Luxury did there was just stay both on site and none of them peaked and then they both peaked at the same time. So no 1v1 isolation allowed there for StreetEight, and yeah, that puts Luxury on 4. So they are holding on, even though that round, that like I believe it was fifth round, yes, in the fifth round, they definitely should have gotten that, but I mean, they should not have gotten the sixth one. So it's just back and forth action here. Seems like both teams are really prepared to take it home today.
Well, with Luxury not having a whole lot of accolades, they're definitely winning me over so far. Maybe StreetEight, they gotta get the rust off their fingers, kind of get this brought up a little bit and bring it, back. But Luxury is honestly doing not too bad. Oh, and look, here we go for Rindy for 2 and a grenade at the end. Just to take it all out. Only one going down, Recoil being the only one out. But he's got plenty of cash, so it's totally fine. But they're now up by 3. They're doing pretty good. Honestly, again, a lot better than we kind of expected, just based on general stats of what we had as far as accolades. But Luxury looks like you're on your way to be able to have some accolades of your own.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is a little bit of a CD-sided map, so it'll be interesting to see what happens once we get into the second half of things. But because it's a best of 2, like 5 rounds is decent. It's not great, it's nothing to write home about, but it's decent, and I mean, we're only 7 rounds in, so they can definitely build on this. Very nice nade. Oh, that's gonna do some damage or not. I have no idea how that did not connect, but everyone on StreetEight still on full health. And seems like StreetEight, they are just hitting that B side of things hard. Like, it has worked for them before. Yeah, they only have 2 rounds, but the rounds that they have are when they push the B side of things. So, why not try the third time the charm? And seems like they are trying to pass. Oh, and that's big, but he's not able to connect it. Look at that. He might just get popped there. That's kind of a sad chance to waste, but at the same time, like, whoever that was on the other side, he played it to perfection. So that was a really good play here. And look at this. It's going to be 4-4 on the B side of things. You almost want StreetEight to call an A side hit and just do a rotation here because it's just going to be so hard to open this B side of things here. They have full util inside of Luxury. They have everything. They have nades coming in. But seems like they just do not care. They just want to approach it. And well, approach it they do. But unfortunately, no frags for them yet. There goes one. But yeah, there you go. The bomb is making its way towards the A side of things. Only one defender left on A. Now, the player that is on B side of things, that being... okay, he goes down. But I think that might be enough to create the illusion that they're still hitting B. So meanwhile, if they are able to open the A side of things, they might be able to get the plant. There you go. The site is open, and now the plant will most likely come in. Luxury's rotation is just a little bit off time here.
Also, I'd like to make a note that they just absolutely lobbed a smoke grenade over the buildings, and it pretty much landed exactly where they wanted it to.
Oh yeah,
But
they have their
Luxury,
line at some point.
Yeah, they really do. Now, will that help them? Probably not, because it looks like we're going to have one go down, and they're going to have not as much damage dealt, but Mysterio still alive. Again, the Trickster himself. Can he get another one? That's going to be a no, but there is still one alive. He's going to be coming back. Defuse coming in. Can he protect? That is a yes. And Rindy going to go ahead and save the teammate and save himself. And they're going to take another one up onto the boards. That's going to have Luxury Esports up to 6 versus 2. StreetEight needs to really kind of dial this in. Now, again, we could go into the swap, and it could change, but realistically, they need to change something, I don't know, about now, to at least get 1, maybe 2 more before they swap it out and be able to, have that nice little CT advantage.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, Luxury is looking so strong here. Again, first game, it was 8-4, and then Revile won 10-8, so, we're not making any bets yet, but things are looking good for Luxury. It seems like they know what they're doing. With that being said, not broken just completely demolishes Randy there. Now Luxury, they have to figure out an escape path, but you can't
Ooh.
escape those nades. You just can't today. Like, those nades do so much damage. They're raining in from every direction here. So Ping, he has to
Oof.
go so big here that this is gonna be hard. Oh, and kill is getting traded. Bomb is gonna get planted. Now a 2v3 situation. The kill does come in, and there you go, Mysterio. Once again, the man to shut it all off, to shut it all down. And there you go. The first half is over. Luxury in a heavy lead. The underdogs are taking the upper hand, but I mean, this is the same start that we had for the first game. And then what happened? Well, the team that you expect to win won. So it's gonna be very, very interesting to see what we get getting into the second half of things.
Yeah, it really is. Can Luxury keep this up? I mean, don't be wrong, they kind of had the easier side at this point. So let's see how well Luxury can just dismantle StreetEight's ability to defend the bomb site, see what they could do if they could just use the rushing capabilities of just running in, obliterating, and or just running in and not having any confrontation at all. Right now, it looks like we're going to be running into a 5-3. They are on a mission. They are flying in here. It looks like they're just going to take it. They're just going to go. A lot of stuff being flying through the air. One already going down. The bomb is already going to be planted inside the smoke just to go ahead and get the plant. And now it's still a 5-4. Make that a 5-3. And down we go. One down on either side. Still 2-3.
Ooh, they might be actually able to do this. 2v3.
Ooh, gotta get the
The
reload.
movement is good, but he goes down. So now 1v3 situation. Plenty of time left. And Flaxies, he goes down as well. So that was a good attempt. That was definitely a good attempt by Luxury. But StreetEight, they're not going to let it slide easily. They're not just going to give it away for free here. That was a good stack on the B side. And also the nades raining in. I feel like they really did a lot of damage on Luxury. So, they were just able to finish them off with pistols, StreetEight, that is. So now, once again, things getting more and more equal. I mean, with pretty much no buy. Again, one flashbang on the side of Luxury. Like, StreetEight are looking at 5 on the board here.
Yeah, they're looking like they can bring this back. I mean, at least at this point, since they're going to go ahead and go, just staying full eco yet again, that's definitely going to easily allow StreetEight to get this extra one. But yet I say that. We've again seen wonderful pistols going off, but as of right now, so much damage has already been dealt so far. Recoil and Love have both super low, and one P90 and an MP7 to just absolutely obliterate the entire team. So they just wanted to get that over with, get some extra cash. Now it's time for those buys for them to be able to get all their goodies in the bag. But right now, there's only one round separating them from StreetEight from being able to bring it back. So kudos to them for being able to bring it back so, I'm going to say gently. It's not like they've been doing anything spectacular or anything, crazy, unforeseen plays. They've honestly just seems like they're getting their aim kind of where it needs to be and bringing a little bit more aggression than we saw at the beginning. Which is kind of ironic because they're on the CT side.
I mean, this is what we talked about, that aggression in the pre-show, right? Like, it's about timing perfectly, and if you can, then you completely surprise the T players. And look at that Mysterio. Yeah, he's taken out in style here. Man. Once again, and what a headshot there by Randy. Yeah, Luxury, they understand that StreetEight are coming back, and they are not happy about it. Getting 2 nice frags there. Now StreetEight, they have to retake a 3v5, and they're all coming from the same direction. It seems like they do know that, so they're even debating, should we go for this? And yeah, the call is definitely the call to save is definitely the smarter option here. Like 3v5, not really any big economy buildups here, so let's just save it. Luxury Esports, nice nade, nice headshot. We'll give it to you this round, but next one, we're back to fight.
Yeah, because I mean, right now they don't exactly have a huge investment in the bank right now. I mean, 2,400, 2,200 is not bad, but I mean, you gotta look at Flot over there. He's sitting at basically nothing now up to 1,900, but still able to keep his stuff, keeping his gun, so he's able to fight and do another day and do a full buy, which is fantastic. But that was definitely I think
I like the graffiti there. The graffiti saying "Eat this," but he's flexing on them. He just completely bombarded. Who was it?
Yeah,
Mysterio just
I
got
mean,
completely bombarded. Then you put the eat this graffiti. That is that is one
I
way
mean,
to play it,
honestly,
definitely.
I mean, you can't really blame them. I mean, these grenades are just on a whole nother level. I mean, I think that's something
Talking
that
about grenades, there you go again.
exactly another one. That is so something that I'm really happy to see that. I feel like so many people and so many other games. There's another one that just seemed like it's underutilized. Like it's like use your equipment, yeah, but like if you can really get them into place, a lot of damage to be dealt. And look at that. There's already two left side of StreetEight. Are they gonna save? Probably. Probably the best thing to do, just because of the money. $400 and zero. You might want to play a little safe.
Yeah, I feel like the save rounds are the most painful to kind of be on the receiving end of, because it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
we could go for it. It's possible for us to clutch it, but like we just have to make the smarter decision. And a lot of times, the smarter decision is not really the decision that you want to make. But I mean, fair play to Luxury. Like they are doing very very well. Again, they are kind of the underdogs here. StreetEight, definitely the team with more accolades. And sure, there are some no names in the community on the side of Luxury. But the fact that they're able to just take down like top four team in 2022, well, not okay. No caster's curse. Hopefully, I don't jinx it. But
Yeah.
like
Knock on wood.
so far, yeah, knock on wood, exactly. But like so far, take down pretty consistently in these rounds. StreetEight just shows that they are definitely contenders for those for that those four places that will receive the prize. Because again, 8 teams competing in this minor, 4 of them are getting cash prizes. So there's still a lot of room for teams to show, if they're able to go for it or not. But Luxury, they're looking good now, hitting that A side of things once again. Nade's coming in. Oh, he's low. Very good shot there by Pin. Finishing off Mysterio is Randy. And once again, that is such a fast action gameplay there. Just getting 2 kills immediately. But Rask, oh, he's here. Oh, he almost gets a second there. I almost thought he got a double, but he does not. So now a 2v3. The tensions are high. The players are moving in. Is he able to spot him? No, not able to flick fast enough. So now SLV, the only one left alive. He's looking. He gets one. Another one. He's low. Oh, that's a 1v1. Oh, that is big. But does he have enough time? He's going to try to go for the defuse. He fakes it, but the wrong direction. Very, very nice attempt by him. But Anki just playing it slow, playing, not letting emotions take over and getting the 9th on the board here. Luxury Esports on match point. One more round and they have won the first game with a 5-round difference. That's big. That's definitely big for them.
Yeah, that's definitely bigger than they probably need it to be. This is where StreetEight really needs to, I don't know, take them out a little bit. Which mean they have a decent buy at this point. So if they can really kind of dial in that crosshair placement and winning those gun duels, because they've got to break them, which unfortunately it looks like they'd have to do it twice in a row. And I mean, totally possible. Definitely getting some damage in. But again, not looking too good for the side of Luxury for this one, at least with the damage. But again, that could change. Probably not, because Rask is over here trying to say, hey, no, none of that. But Pin coming up into here. Let's go and finish it off. And looks like they're just going to go ahead and pop up another round and take it home. So, I mean, 6-9, still looking a lot better. They just got to bring it up yet again. If they could do it another time, they could break on the side of Luxury. They won't have the ability to have just all those extra monies in the bank. But again, we're going to see the instant replay here. Just 1, 2, and then we're going to be able to get that nice double kill piece that really made a huge impact to make that round happen.
I mean, I can smell the caster's curse, man. Like, there's still 4 rounds that StreetEight have to win, but yeah. Let's see what Luxury do here. Seems like not much. Pin goes down first with a headshot. And now it's once again equal. Oh, the bomb does go down. That is very good utility usage. They're able to plant in the smoke, and the site is completely smoked off. So new angles are created. It's just going to be harder for the retake, because you have to check not only the existing angles, but also the ones that smoke creates. Oh, he is able to get almost a headshot through the smoke, but it's Flood's to actually finish it off. So now 3v2. They're going to slow it down a little bit. Flashes coming in, defuse coming in, and they are able to retake it once again. Or is there time? I believe it is. Yes, StreetEight, barely. barely clutching it in the stereo. You know, he doesn't let his finger slip, getting that round there. So 7. Luxury still in lead, but again, this is off of round balance. So when they were up 9-5, they had to close it out there, because now even if they win, it's just worse to have only 3 rounds in lead compared to 5. So Luxury, they just got to finish off strong the way that they started, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this being able to close that gap, I mean, that is just fantastic that they're able to do that. Because I mean, now going into the next map, they're sitting pretty solid. I mean, still, if this could be over right here, right now, Luxury take it. It's not the best case scenario with 3 rounds separating them, but right now, ooh, it's such a huge position. Ooh, but gets quickly flicked on, and looks like it actually maybe going the side of Luxury. They just got absolutely obliterated, and those grenades yet again coming in. Oh, and another one getting lobbed in. I mean, honestly, I think there might be some sparks they should be able to be playing with all this lobbing that they've got. They've just got a beautiful right arm being able to throw those in. And looks like they're going to try again. 2-2. This is the biggest 2-2 ever. See what they can do. It's going to be 1 and another. 8 getting another round. And Mysterio.
I'm sorry.
Again.
I'm very sorry. I have to officially apologize to everyone on Luxury Esports. I should not have placed the caster's curse on them, but well, so I have done so. So yeah, StreetEight, round by round, they are bringing this back. It's close. It's definitely close, but I feel like it's a very smart decision here to call a technical pause by Luxury. You know, sometimes you can get carried away. You know, definitely when you play, especially in this high competitive environment, your emotions, you know, kind of get the better of you. So it's a good idea. Sometimes just call a pause. Not even so much about talking about a strategy. Sure, you also do that, but also just about having those 40, 50 seconds where you're like, okay, like you kind of reallocate your mental resources to just, you know, being focused. While we wait, here's something special for you guys. It's a promo code. You can get a free skin in Standoff 2. Just copy this promo code, screenshot it, write it down, whatever. Go in on Standoff 2 and you know, type it in. Get a free skin. Now you should be able to, or at least so I am told. Anyways, the match is live once again. Let's see if this little timeout here is helping Luxury Esports with that mental to prepare for the final stretch here, to prepare for those final few moments that they need to actually take this map home.
Yeah, because that's kind of where they are. Where all it's right now, it's not looking good. If they can keep 2, that would be absolutely amazing for them to hold. Because right now, this gap is not looking good. It looks like StreetEight may be able to take it yet again. This is definitely not good for Luxury.
No,
this is not good.
This is not good, man.
This is match point no matter what. And even so, that means they have to do this again on the next round out. So both teams, really. I mean, that's the thing, is both teams have to, I mean, do this to, I mean, well, I guess it's really on Luxury Esports has to get this score line and then win necessarily. I mean, it's just, they need to have at least 1 extra, so they got to do at least 1 better. But that's kind of hard to do. You know, they've lost all leeway that they potentially could have had.
Yeah, but StreetEight, they have lost a player, and that is big. Very important. 4v5, but look at that. Luxury getting traded out, so 4v4 now. Smoke's coming in. They'll try to go for the plant in the smoke again. It seems like it's working. Smoke going down, but he's getting caught off guard. So now back to a 3v3. Oh, this is so close. Kills coming in from both directions. Bullets flying, but StreetEight, they want to call it down. They just want to cool it down, you know, fine. We're giving them the bomb site. But look at this. That boost might be big. Oh, but they have heard it. I think they have heard it. Flogthor, he's able to get 1. That is huge, but he's not aware of the second player. 2v2 now. The bomb still not down. Luxury, they're not sure if they can plant. They need to clear the site first. But they fail at that, and Rask and Mysterio complete the 5-round comeback that StreetEight has from 5-9 to 10-9. Absolutely incredible scenes here at the first day of the minor. Both best of 2s that we watched so far has been crazy comebacks. From 4-8 to 10-8 in the first game, where it was Revile against Absolute, and here from 5-9 to 10-9. Absolutely incredible. What a match. What a match, man.
Well, I mean, as we love to be wrong, and these players want to make sure that we know our place, which is not knowing what they're going to do. Again, it looked like it was promising. It looked like where they were going to go was like, okay, Luxury's doing good. All right, well, I guess, some things don't matter. I guess, they must be having a bad day. And then they just decide to, I don't know, just flip a coin. Okay, now we're going to turn it on and bring it all the way back. I mean, just monstrous. And just being able to do that, I mean, just right here, Luxury just was able to just keep going and just making it look like they're just going to take it home. You know what I mean? Sure, they kept a decently close and they got one. Then it went to 3. They were able to get a couple kills and be able to go rounds, just working their way up. And so eventually, they were just, I don't understand. Like I said, they just decided to, that technical pause is able to really kind of help you gather your thoughts, which was later in the game. But honestly, I think it definitely really helped for them to really kind of regain themselves, regain the composure. And right here, it's just racking it up. Luxury sitting at 6, StreetEight showing at 3. And you think, well, it's pretty much over. But StreetEight definitely had something else up their sleeve, in which case they were just able to continue to get rounds. Now they're bumping up to 4. Now they're going to bump up to 5. Here they go, coming from the side. Rask able to come over and have a good time. And say for SLV, again, now they're at 5, racking it up. And then here, this was just a beautiful game saver right here. Just getting that double kill. And then being able to come over here and get the next double kill. The Mysterio just playing big and taking it home. And then look, now we're at 9-9. We just got done watching this. This was a huge play, bumping it over. Although going down, you get to see Rask able to see the next player and just able to just close it out. I mean, that was honestly just perfect for them to have just a huge comeback.
Yeah, the mental fortitude of both of these top teams is absolutely insane. Like, I know how it feels, like, from someone who played competitive as well. I know how it feels when you're losing this battle and you're like, well, the game's over. Like, they need 1 round, we need 5. Like, it really can affect you mentally. And I know how hard it is to, like, actually kind of overcome that and just play round by round, even kill by kill, second by second. But the fact that both Revile, also this team is able to do that is just absolutely insane. So we'll see what happens on the second map, but I feel like Luxury, their spirits might be a bit down now. They still, the thing is, they still have good round balance, even though they lost. They lost in a best way possible in terms of round balance, only losing by 1 round. But at the same time, they lost in the worst way possible, man. Like 9-5 up and just not being able to close out that final round for 5 in a row. That must affect you in some type of way. So, we'll be getting into the second game after, I believe, a short break, but it shouldn't be too long, probably like 10-15 minutes. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens on the second map. Is Luxury actually able to play the way they played on the first map and actually close it out, which is what they really struggled on, or is StreetEight just the superior team? Because, well, it sure didn't look like for the first 90% of the game, but then they just showed why they are top 4, in 2022, because they have this ability to, no matter what happens, just keep going, keep ramming on, and just, get it eventually. So I'm getting some confirmation that the second game is going to come in about 2 minutes. We're going to have like around 2-minute break and then come back for the second one. But yeah, incredible scenes in the minors so far. From the 3 games that we've seen, I feel like every single one has been as close as pretty much you can get. Maybe not the second one, in the Revival versus Absolute case, but the first game has been a comeback. So it's been really fun to watch for me.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait to see what the second match, because again, first match, pretty much about the same. And so are we going to see another shutout like we did the first time, or are we going to be able to see a very close match of the second one? It's going to be really interesting to see whether that's going to be StreetEight or Luxury Esports.
Yeah, oh man, if I'm Luxury, especially if I'm the in-game leader of Luxury, I don't really know how I can, like, what I would say to my team to kind of, make sure that the spirits are up, because again, it's not about that they lost. They lost in the best way possible. It's about the fact they lost a 4-round lead on match point when you only need 1, and we'll see what happens, but that can really affect you mentally. Anyways, here we go. The second game is underway. No pauses, no breaks. You guys were spamming in the chat that you want the game to start. Well, here you go. Immediate action back to back. Let's hope this pistol round and this game is as action-packed as the first one. Choxy almost trying to go for a double there, but gets refragged. So now back to a 4v4.
Yep, just doing one at a time. Still got plenty left. Getting a little spam. Here come those grenades. They are flying everywhere. So much damage, or what appeared to be so much damage, but it looks like nothing was dealt on that. But they were flying everywhere, nonetheless. A lot of danger. But right now, 3-3 still. Bomb still not down yet. But we still have about a minute on the clock, so still possible. Bomb is in the sight. Just got to put it down. Or time to fly across the map and just go and just drop it on the other side. You know where the other two are, so it's definitely the safest bet. Now, if they can go ahead and keep them busy, just say, hey, I'm here, or try to get the backstab on them. If they wait, but just the wrong second. Got the headshot nice and clean. Now bomb is planted. Now they're going to make a quick U-turn and go ahead and go across the map and be able to see if they can retake this bomb. Although, it's probably possible. I mean, not broken and flood there. Against Pin? I mean, Pin's not looking too healthy right now. Although, wait a minute. Nope. That trigger discipline, he got a little happy on it. Probably should have let him go by and just to see if there's going to be anybody else. But
yeah,
okay.
I kind of have the same observation there, but at the same time, like sometimes, like if the player's not looking at you, it's a 1v2. Maybe you just want to kill him and not really go for the Giga Brain play. You just want to go for kind of the I kill you and then I kill the next guy and I win the round play. So I mean, nice play by him. Really could have played it both ways there. And unlucky not being able to connect the first shot, but. Yeah, StreetEight, I mean, they are continuing what they started in the late stages of the first game. Getting those rounds, and that's what matters ultimately. So, first one on the board, and once again, if you lose the pistol, your money isn't really looking too good. I mean, they do buy Tech 9s, so not a complete ego here. But I mean, they really will have to put those Tech 9s to work here because, well, there's shotguns, there's MP7s, there's UMPs on the side of StreetEight, so those SMGs really prove deadly when up against pistols. Seems like they're at least able to open up the bomb site. It will be interesting to see if the bomb does go down. If so, potentially a 5v5 retake. He does push in, but able to get one. Shoxy, that is big. And Flaxy is able to refrag, so now 3v3 retake. This is more than you could ask for if you're on the side of luxury. The bomb plant, 2 kills, and a chance to win the round. This is big. Not broken, though. He does not want to let that happen. He's pushing on the site, trying to scout out angles, trying to scout out players, but gets flashed. That flash is so godly. Randy, what is that? He gets a double. Still not over, not broken. On 10 HP, he has to do everything here. He has to get at least 1 frag. Does get 1, but time is low. So much to do here. Flaxies, he can just play on time here, but he doesn't, and peeks and gets the frag. That is such a big, just high roller decision there to go for the peak instead of the time play, but it pays out in luxury. Able to bounce back immediately. Believe this is the first eco round win that we see today. And I mean, StreetEight, if they want to win this, it's not going to be easy. They can't just ride off the hype of the first game. They'll have to, show their skills in this one as well.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. And the flicks were great, but I got to give it to credit for that flash. The moment he was going to pull the trigger, that flash went off. So definitely helped save and where that double kill was able to be done. But again, that was some massive flicks and capabilities of that was just beautiful. But got a bit greedy, although don't think he could have got the defuse the time if the other player popped the corner. So it's kind of a catch-22. You probably do, but you don't. But you do, it couldn't win either way. It depends on where the crosshair was, and well, it just so happens it did not work out in favor. But what is in the favor of Luxury Esports, they already have 2 players down on StreetEight. So if they can get another one, that should be a nice secure, which is going to be that one right there. Curio is going to go down. They're going to go and get the bomb plant. Now it's down to 2 players. Nope, never mind. SLV going down and leave it all up to Not Broken with his spaz.
Well, he's not broken yet, but if he goes for that 1v4, he probably will get broken. So he just opts to save. He opts to, live up to his username. Just save, probably scout out some exit frags, perhaps upgrade his shotgun to an AK. That would be probably the best outcome that he could hope for in this round. But yeah, Luxury, they let that pistol slide, but they bounce back immediately. Nice 1v4 here. So I mean, we can't give them much credit yet, because that first game they were up 9-5 and then they just let it slip. So again, not gonna make any predictions until the last round of things, even if they are winning like 9-1 here. But yeah, StreetEight, especially on a city-sided map like Zone, you gotta start pulling those rounds. But Flaxy's long range is beautiful execution. This Shogzy's headshot flick, also insane. And this is a nice kill by Flaxy's, continuing his reign. And yeah, that is 2-1. If we look at the kills feed, pretty much everyone on equal footing on Luxury. But then look at StreetEight. They have Not Broken, who's just not, he's just not gonna get broken, I guess. 7 kills in 3 rounds and you're losing is absolutely insane. The rest, though, need to catch up if they want to win this game.
Yeah, Not Broken over here, just being like, come on, guys. I'll share, but I'm not going to share willingly. But again, the rounds is what matters, not necessarily the kills. I mean, theoretically, if they could get the entire bomb planted and not kill anyone, again, it doesn't matter. It's all about what you can do. But you probably do have to take some out, and it looks like he needs his team to kind of just a couple more to catch up with him with the 7. Everything looks good over there on Luxury Esports. I mean, they are pretty all close. There's no one really taking a huge lead off of just the entire team. Ooh, and there's Not Broken rolling his scoreboard up another tally for another kill. So that might help him a little bit, but again, Not Broken can't be taking all of the hits for himself. And grenades are flying. Damage is dealt on both sides. And so they're trying to get just a little bit of damage, a little spray. Bomb is going down. So let's see if StreetEight can take down the rest of the members of Luxury Esports.
I mean, in terms of health, it's almost like StreetEight has twice the amount of health combined, you know, on the players. But Luxury do have the bomb plant. Oh, and that is a beautiful shot by Flaxy. He tries to do the same twice, but it didn't work the second time. Fair enough, but a 2v4 still unfolding. But look at that. Mysterio, he's not gonna let this one slip. Nice 4 clean kills coming in from StreetEight. Not even losing. Oh, they did lose 1 player, but still very good performance on the retake. There we go. Once again, all tied up 2-2. So this is proving to be a very exciting game. And the thing is, because the first game ended 10-9, StreetEight only have 1 round advantage here. So every single round is of importance. So it's just, you know, just makes it more intense and more fun to watch here. Seems like they will be buying up on both sides, so another rifle round coming in. But the thing is, both teams are kind of on low cash, so this is a very important round. Whichever team loses this round, they might have to go eco in the next one. So potentially looking at a 2-4 scoreline for either team. Depends on, you know, which one is able to win this one.
Yeah, because this could be a huge deal. The money situation is not looking the best. I mean, I think StreetEight has just a slight potential advantage, just based on how much money everybody else has. But at the same time, a break is a break, and if they lose this one, it's gonna hurt. And more than likely, like I said, they're not gonna get the next one, because even if they do like a half buy, then that's going to be real interesting when it comes to that.
Yeah, most definitely. And I mean, Mysterio here, he has to get some frags. He doesn't, but Shogzies and Randy, they are able to get some frags here. And SLV, he is looking for some frags, and oh, they do hear him, but it's not enough to hear. You have to kill, and kill they do not. So Randy goes down, and now 1v2 Shogzies. This is the impossible clutch. 6 HP, 1v2. He does have the bomb plant going for him, so he might be able to peek out. But yeah, the thing is, I think he should have just kept jiggle peeking there, because well, if you peek and you don't connect the shot immediately, you're 6 HP, 1 bullet and you go down, and that's exactly what happened. So StreetEight, they are able to overturn this game very early on, even though Luxury had great performance after losing that pistol. Seems like in the rifle round of things, StreetEight are starting to prove superior.
Yeah, definitely so. And will Luxury be able to do half of what they need to? I mean, it looks like they're getting a little bit, some AK, some FALs, and I mean, this is a pretty decent buy. I mean, honestly, even though they weren't really able to do it, I mean, it's not awful. It definitely is a doable buy, although UBC StreetEight, they are just fully stacked. And what's fully stacked is the body counts. I'm going to say we got 2 rolling off now. Unfortunately, Not Broken streak is coming to an end. He's getting taken out first. But still, it's a 4v3. And right now, Luxury still not in the best spot. He's telling us, no, probably shouldn't do that. Probably shouldn't. And, well, Rask over here going down.
Well, this is an interesting round, right? Because StreetEight was up 5-3 here, I believe, but Luxury, they are able to slowly, just player by player, push it back, push the ante back to their favor. And seems like, well, they're going to hit the B site, and so far there's only one player there, SLV. He has to go big, and he does get one. Big would be two. If he gets two players, it's over. Like, you know, you're not going to cast a curse, but you're not going to win 1v3. Oh, SLV. That's a very nice, just clean headshot, and he's going for 3. He's feeling good. Yeah, he has 2 players already. He wants a triple, but actually, if he repeats that, he might be dead. Now, the bomb is down. Flaxies has 40 seconds to figure out how he wants to approach this round. He doesn't want to push it immediately. First, he wants to figure out the position of the other player. He does know one, but look at that. How can you even do anything there? Just immediate headshot. Very good positioning by StreetEight as well. They do not let isolate the 1v1 gun duels once again, which is very important to do if you know, you are on the receiving end of a clutch. You just stay together with your teammates. You know, if he peeks, he spots 2 players. Well, he has to kill 2 in the matter of time that you guys have to kill 1. So very good positioning there. Mysterio puts the final nail in the coffin, and StreetEight on 4. So Luxury, they're going eco in this round. So potentially we're looking at 5 here.
Yeah, I mean, there should be. I mean, unless all of a sudden these Tech 9s are just absolutely obliterating, which by all means, this could be just the best pistol round we've ever seen. But the likelihood of that is pretty low, but 2 is fine. 3, you know, this is why I can't be surprised. You know, maybe it is going to be that. And look at that. They've got 2 weapons already picked up. It's 2v4. Wait a minute. Why is there only 1 player left alive? In which case, there's not. What? Luxury, you're not supposed to do that. It's a pistol round, but okay. They just blast in there, get 3 kills, take the weapons, and clean the last 2. And look, keeping it close. But what is close? You can keep it closer to your inventory. New code on screen. You guys can put that in, get your free skin, put that into the game, redeem that through the shop, and let us know what skin you get. Take a screenshot and be able to put that in, and maybe get something that the Luxury, with all their luxury skins, don't have.
Man, at this point, I feel like Luxury just have to play pistol rounds. Like, they have to forcefully buy pistols, because out of the 3 rounds they've won so far, 2 have been, like, pistols against, well, fully armored rifles. So, yeah, man, just keep going. Do what works. Anyways, StreetEight and Luxury exchanging frags here. It seems like Luxury, they really love that B side of things. They hit it multiple times in a row, and they are able to get the plans. The problem is, once again, closing it out. Now, SLV is still not cleared out of the site. And with the round kind of slowing down here, I feel like they might just go for an A-side hit, but never mind, the flash comes in. They want to still keep hitting it, and I mean, StreetEight, yeah, they're there. They are ready to deal with it. Now, Shogsy, the only one left alive, and that's one way to finish it off. Just complete massacre with the shotty, just spamming until he goes down. And yeah, StreetEight up on 5. Again, when it was like 4-4 and they hadn't opened the site yet, I feel like if they went for a fake out, you know, if they went to maybe hit the A side of things, it could have worked out better, because, you know, everyone on the side of StreetEight was pretty much grouped up towards B. But, you know, I'm not the IGL Luxury they went for. It actually was quite close, so, you know, it might work out some other round. But Luxury, once again, they are really in a position where if they lose the round, they have to go eco. But funnily enough, StreetEight is on the same level, because even though they've won rounds, they've lost a lot of players in the process.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely lost their footing, at least for Luxury right now. And in fact, they are 2 down. Now, granted, this might be the switch that they need. Mysterio is down, so the Trickster himself will not be able to make an appearance. But, oh my goodness, look at that. Luxury, just as you think, they're down. Here they go, just absolutely obliterating. But SLV, showing us what he can do. Trying to get some peeks, seeing what he can see, which looks to be nothing. And gonna go ahead and try and throw his equipment, but it looks like it's not gonna do much. He has 4 people looking at him. And it's gonna be Luxury putting another board, closing that gap, making it only 1 round separating him.
Yeah, what a half, man. What a half. Like, this is close. Like, it seems like StreetEight are in a better position. It seems like they're definitely, at least in the early game, playing better than on the first map of things and on Breeze. But the thing is, again, you can't call anything. In these games, like, out of the 3 games we've seen so far, 2 have been absolutely insane comebacks with multiple rounds when it's almost match point. So I feel like in the last map, in the last game, in the last best of 2 of today, we'll see how it goes after this half. This is gonna be fun. Again, Luxury almost won the first map. They were up 9-5 and then they lost it because StreetEight got 5 consecutive rounds and won it 10-5. So StreetEight currently on +1 in terms of round balance, and this is the best of 2. So round balance is everything. So are StreetEight able to get 5 more rounds, or is Luxury gonna be the champion of this best of 2? StreetEight definitely the favorite in terms of both the crowd favorite and also just more accolades, but then Luxury just showing raw aim and raw skill in today's game. So yeah, let's see where these pistols lead us. A very important round in terms of significance of the outcome of this game. Oh, and Ping, he doesn't care, man. He peeks the angle, gets a frag, retreats back, and he's going for more. Oh, and that nade just absolutely obliterates SLV. So now 2v3 underway, some flashes coming in. They're trying to defuse already. Oh, StreetEight, they're panicking. They don't know if the diffuser is on the bomb, if it's off the bomb, so they have to peek. Raskik's peeking. He's keeping it alive. He's keeping it round live. Players are low. He might be able to push through and get the diffuser off the bomb, but he's not. And that is Luxury on 5. All equal once again. You can't really get any closer than that.
No, you can't. I mean, they have now tied it up 5-5. And even though they had a huge comeback as far as StreetEight did last game, they're really just not letting this go. I mean, at this point, it's still anyone's game. And if they continue on this, it's really just going to come down to that final round. I mean, this is honestly just the closest one we've seen all day for all the rounds, which I'm sure we may see some closer ones coming up in the future games. But today, this is the most head-to-head we've seen.
Yeah, well, I want to keep it that way, you know? I want to get like a 9-9 scoreline. I think that would be absolutely perfect. A perfect way to end such an interesting opening to this minor. Oh, look at that wallbang. It might actually do some damage there, but it doesn't really matter because Luxury, they do not want to see a 9-9. They want to see a 10-5. They don't want to like lose this in such a just overwhelming fashion that they did in the first game. So they're up to 6 rounds, only 4 more to close it out. But you know, from what we've seen in the first game, Luxury do have some closing out issues. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. For now, things are looking very good for them. But the thing is, once again, because they didn't lose their SMGs, they are actually on a worse buy. Even though they lost, they won the round. StreetEight are just buying AKs, and Luxury are on MP7s. So let's see what those SMGs are able to do against fully armored rifles. Not broken here. Looking for an entry frag. Ooh, and he does get one. That is clean. Connecting multiple headshots there, and a double. Not broken. He's just absolutely going berserk in this game. 14 kills to his name. That is absolutely crazy. He wants to single-handedly take StreetEight to be the victors of this game. But now a 3v4, and StreetEight, they really like that B side of things again. But interestingly enough, the bomb is not even close. So let's see what happens. They might even go for an A hit here. The broken is just rotating towards A, but it seems like Luxury, they are aware of that fact, so they will send one player towards A side of things.
Yeah, and right now, 2-3. 1 grenade coming in to kind of help it out a little bit for Luxury, looking pretty good. Although, Randy going to go down. SLV taking him 2 versus 2. Bomb's been set. It's on A site. Now it's time for the retake, and it looks like it's going to be absolute head banging. Just destroyed, although we're going to see some equipment fly in. What can be done? Love can absolutely not do it. It's going to be a tag team happening. That's going to be a 6-6 yet again, tying it up. They really, neither one of these teams are going to let this go very easy.
Yeah, it's really back to back to back. As soon as you think that one team might accelerate, the other one has something to say about it. And here again, we have a tactical pause called by StreetEight here. Probably just to, talk over some things. Well, that's kind of what you get tactical pauses for. But, sometimes you do talk about strategies. Sometimes you just, just kind of slow down, cool down a little bit, understand like, it's just a game. No need to panic, no need to kind of get your emotions involved. Sometimes when you have situations where you go down in a stupid way or something, you get like really angry or something, then you want to just push next round. So you gotta remind yourself not to do that. And I mean, one player that has been really standing out in this game has been Not Broken. He just can't be broken, man. He's the top fragger of the server, and he's getting such crucial and just nice frags. 14 frags to his name. Flags is also doing really good on side of Luxury, 13 to him. And, both players probably looking to hit double digits here. Sorry, 20 kills here until the end of the game. Oh, and Rask, he's going aggressive here. Together, they want to open it up. They want to see what they can do, so they throw in some utility, throw in some flashes. But again, Anki playing anti-flash, seeing what he can do, lining up some nades. And Randy, he's just going to sit on the A side of things. Seems like Luxury think it might be A, because they're grouping up towards it. I mean, if we look at the radar, that might be a correct decision here. StreetEight still not sure where to go, but they are scouting out their options here.
Yeah, and I think that StreetEight could definitely be doing a little bit better if Mysterio was doing a little bit better. I mean, Mysterio's still sitting there at 0. That's kind of a big deal this late on. I mean, don't get me wrong, Not Broken is definitely keeping up. 15. Almost 16. Nope, definitely is 16. Up on the board. And so able to really bring it up. And so they're still doing great. 17 with a headshot. Is he going to be hungry? Is he going to get the last one? It looks like Love is going to retreat, but 17 kills so far. And I mean, again, if Mysterio was able to at least round it out a little bit, I think that'd be great. Although he's not necessarily a detriment to the team. I mean, good information, good things, but man, is this just the game of Not Broken's life?
Yeah, I feel like Not Broken just said, it's fine, Mysterio, everyone has a bad game. Just, take a backseat, I got this, bro. And so, well, he does got this. He has 17 frags to his name. Probably, like, if he keeps this up, he's gonna hit 25, which is absolutely insane. Like, you do not see that often. So, very interesting to see how things unfold here. And yes, StreetEight are like, again, even if you don't get frags, you still can help the team. It's not about who has the most kills, but at this point, StreetEight are kind of playing 4v5, and they are winning it. So Luxury, they're actually the ones that have to up the ante, right? They're actually the ones that have to, go like, this guy, like, we have a chance. We have an opener here. Like, one of them is just having a bad game. He's not performing. Let's figure out where he plays. Let's figure out how he plays, and let's take him down, and let's just, use it to our advantage. Oh, but look at that push. Everyone on side of Luxury is going to push, but it's not going to work out in their favor. However, that nade does a lot of damage there. Headshots getting connected as well. So now a 2v3 situation, and weapons retrieved by Luxury. So even though it started to look like a bad round, I mean, it's a 2v3 from pistols, and they have upgraded rifles now. So, with the bomb going down on B side of things, let's see if Luxury are able to complete this absolutely insane pistol round.
Yeah, bomb is planted. We'll see if Luxury can take this back. Again, full weapons at this point, but got Not Broken getting in the way. He's got 18 kills now.
Yeah, Ping, he can't really do much here, and he's just gonna get shut down. I don't know if he was hurt. I have really no idea how that happened, but, well, he goes down, and at this point, Luxury are looking, well, to do what StreetEight did to them, because if they do not do that, if they do not make a comeback here, it's pretty much over. Like, StreetEight already have one round advantage, because Luxury lost the first game 9-10 in a grueling 5-round consecutive win by StreetEight. They were up 9-5, and then they lost 5 in a row, so... Yeah, Luxury, I mean, this has to be their round. If they lose this round, I don't think they have what it takes to win the game. But if they win this round, that might really tilt StreetEight. And StreetEight, I mean, their economy is good, but it's not that good. So if they lose this one and the next one, they'll definitely have to go eco. And that's big, because that means going eco when it's 8-8, when every single round is of utmost importance. So let's see how they approach this. Oh no, they have a B stack. Look at this. Luxury are calling this perfectly. They have 5 players towards the B side of things. If StreetEight are
And
able to take this, then you know, we know who the better team is. It's literally a 5-people stack on the bomb site. Everyone is pushing it. Not broken. He almost gets taken down, but does not. Rask is very low as well. Not broken on 18 frags. 19 now. He's looking to go
oh
for that
man,
20. And yeah, I mean, Luxury, I'm sorry, but like StreetEight just seems to be the better team. Doesn't mean that the Luxury is bad. It just means that, you know, StreetEight, if they are able to take a bomb site when you have 5 CT players stacked on it, I mean, what more can you do, you know? It's like, oh well, Shogsy, he's gonna go try to save. Like, he has measly $500 to his name, so, you know, no reason really to go for anything more than a save here. Maybe some exit frags, but exit frags don't even matter because StreetEight are gonna be able to buy until the end of the game here. Floods doors though, he doesn't want to allow this to happen, but Shogsy, man, he's gonna confidently take the one. They need a lot more than just the one. They need a round, and they need the game, man. So, yeah, Luxury looking like they're one step away from elimination here in the best of two. And StreetEight, again, just proving really good here. Now, the thing is, Mysterio is up to 3 kills, and, you know, with that extra boost, you know, we have to remind everyone he was at 0. With 3 kills in a few rounds, that definitely boosts StreetEight to kind of take the game. And Not Broken, he's at 19. Looking to get to 20 kills in a game. That is a very hard achievement, especially in the you know, top leagues of Pro League.
yeah, and I mean StreetEight, they the ability to do what they're doing is just phenomenal. And again, they're so close. This is match point for them. And if they take this, they walk away. Now Luxury still has a chance. It's not too far off. They're doing wonderful right now, but they've got to find it in them to defend these sites and get these just bad men trying to, you know, plant a bomb and, you know, blow things up. It's just not good, you know that. And, you know, if they could just take them out, which sounds really terrible, especially when you know, Rask over here is popping heads. Same for Not Broken. He's such a hard person to go up against. Like, you need 3 people to take him out. I mean, dude just hit a 20 bomb and is about to end the game. And
ooh, that was nice trigger patience, but not really working out in his favor. And Luxury, yeah, this is a 1v4 of his life for Ping. If he's able to do this, he might be able to break the mantle of StreetEight. But the thing is,
yeah,
3 more remaining. He's, you know, 25% there, but they know where he's coming from. They're expecting me. They're expecting him. He has to go and complete the 1v3 defuse. It's just gonna be so hard. He's checking it. Oh, almost gets it.
oh,
There you go.
so close.
StreetEight taking it 2 games in a row. Congratulations to them. You know, Luxury put up a good fight, a very good fight, especially in those early stages of things. But I mean, StreetEight, they were just better. I mean, you saw it round by round. They were just better, especially when you have players like Not Broken who just show up like 20 frag games. It's like, what can you do against that, man?
Yeah, and I mean, Mysterio was not doing his best this round, but definitely having Not Broken come in just royally changed the game. And honestly, they may not have won if he had not. So, I mean, him being able to just come in and be just the MVP player that he was, even though Mysterio was doing so bad, he was single-handedly just playing for 2, basically. Which, either way, that still comes out to a win, and Mysterio, in the end, ended up coming back with some kills, and again, at least putting that on the board. Again, let's not say he's not doing what he needs to. He's providing valuable information. The moment he dies, he now has information. So it's not the worst thing, and he was able to provide that information to what I assume was Not Broken to pick up all the kills for the both of them. But
I mean, we have to remember, like, Mysterio was really playing really well in the first game. I believe he did like a 1v2 clutch with a pistol. So, you know, sometimes you have these bad games, but one player that definitely did have a great game, as we touched on, is Not Broken. Like, this was a crazy attempt. Pushes in, gets the frag, time is running low. He is very low HP as well, and Flaxies was able to secure him and, you know, kill him, but still Not Broken. Just putting up such a fight every time, such a menace to deal with. And here we can see some other great kills by Flaxies. Those are really the 2 big names in this matchup, like Flaxies and Mysterio. Flaxies and Not Broken. They were just kind of fragging out for each team. But again, you know, you can have great players, but great players win rounds. Teamwork wins games. And it seems like StreetEight's teamwork and their kind of team morale and mental fortitude, especially in the first game when they were down 5-9, able to come back to that 10-9. it just shows. It just shows. You know, it shows their experience. They're definitely a team. Again, in 2021 they were top 7 in the world. 2022 they were top 4. So it just shows that, you know, they've been together for a long time and they know what they're doing. You know, they've been in these situations before. That's another thing. Like sometimes experience plays a huge part. Like Luxury has great aim, as we can see here. They have some great clips and great frags, but you know, experience really wins games a lot of times. You know, knowing that you've been in this situation, knowing how to act in when the tensions are high. And I mean, yeah, Luxury definitely putting up a very good performance. I mean, they didn't lose by that many rounds, but you know, StreetEight just proving superior. Here we can see the schedule of today. So we saw 2-0 shutouts and best of twos, but don't let the numbers lie. Both games were really close, especially those first games. You know, insane comebacks completed by both the teams that won the best of two. So great action in the first game, in the first day of play. And I mean, we have good news for you guys. We have 5 more days of group stages. Then on 24th, we'll take a break, and then 25th and 26th of February is going to be the grand finals, best of threes. 26th being the final day with the grand finals. So a lot of great stuff coming your way, guys. This is only the first game, only the first good day. So yeah, it's just going to be a blast to see how these teams advance.
Yeah, we have a lot more teams and a lot more matches. But sadly, that is going to be it for us today. I mean, we've seen just honestly some of the best matches you could imagine for it to be the start. No shutouts. Well, I mean, there was kind of one, but you know, we're just gonna ignore that one. So I mean, 3 full games are just not real, you know, just back to back. I mean, absolutely fantastic. So good news is we have more coming. Me and Twist will be here back in the hot seat tomorrow for more of these matches. Same time, same place. Don't forget to hit subscribe, get those notifications when we go live. We will be back. If you guys want to check out our side with the English side, there's also the Russian stream as well. So if you didn't know that, there are both going on. So just know that whichever one you prefer, it will be available. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. It's been a blast, and we can't wait to see what the new teams for tomorrow have in store for us.
Yeah, most definitely. And as always, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Nah, it's all good. It's all good.